in the rest of that team, you've got Dagger, you've got Rogues, you've got Ivan. Definitely players that have been around the scene for a while. I'd say, White Rabbit have a bit more experience, but these players haven't, they're not lacking in the hours department. So I'm definitely waiting to see what Frozen and Mochma can kind of just bring out of this. But I mean, we're talking about a couple of measly little points between the teams. They're all relatively pretty even. 1.12, 99, 83, all pretty close to each other. So I mean, it is a really strong team that we should be seeing. The maps again. I mean, I'm I'm hoping that we're seeing some diversified map pools here, but I do think whatever is going to be chosen, you're right when you say that White Rabbit should have pretty much every map on lockdown. It's more of that case of what's Conspire ready to bring out in terms of their strats and their players that they can really just kind of catch White Rabbit off guard. Because for me right now, I think White Rabbit should be the favorite going into this matchup, but I'm really excited to see if Conspire can surprise us today.
Yeah, and that's what we would all love to see, right? We would love to see Conspire get the upper hand on WRG, at least at the beginning of the match. I think that's where they really got to start off well and make sure that they get those. I think this just for their mental state. I think the pistol round and the first rifle round are going to be so important for them, and I think that's where if Conspire are going to take this, because I think WRG are probably the favorites, most definitely the favorites to take this best of one and run through to the final. I think if Nibble or Conspire have any sort of chance of doing well and getting a good advantage, I think it really has to be right off the bat. It has to be right off the beginning.
Yeah, you have to kind of keep that momentum and just take it forward, because once you sort of get that train rolling, it becomes really hard to catch up. And especially like when you're going against these kind of teams that have been in the scene for so long, if you can keep any sort of advantage over their heads, it's really going to pay off towards the last rounds.
Yeah, and within saying all of that, I think we're going to be going straight into the veto. Like we said, this is, I think, so important, at least for Conspire to get a good map pick. And within saying that, we see the decider being Inferno. So we're not going to be seeing we're not going to see like a very team orientated map like Train. You're not going to see something like Vertigo or even Nuke, where your executes have to be spot on. All five team players have to be part of that execute. Everything is going forward on those sort of maps. But I feel like on the map of Inferno, I think both of these teams are pretty equal. But within saying that, you have on WRG, you have Custom, who is one of the best site anchors that you're going to get throughout the entire scene. So I think if Conspire starts on T side, it's going to be a wild ride for them. But if they start on CT side, I think they got a better chance of having a good start and then rolling that through, steamrolling, snowballing the next few matchups.
No, absolutely. I think it's going to be a very interesting game that we're going to be seeing today. I am happy to see that it's going to be Inferno. It's one of those maps that I feel like it can kind of swing either way. It's one of those matches where, I mean, it really just provides such a beautiful platform for individuals to shine as well, and just to really see those kind of plays coming out. So it's hopefully going to be some interesting times here.
Yeah, and
the sides that we're going to be seeing.
Yeah, so like I was saying, it seems like we're going to be joining the game a little late, but how important do you think the knife round is?
I mean, we were talking about that momentum that they're going to need, and that momentum they're going to take forward. But nonetheless, we're already seeing that the knife round sort of just went to the side of what was it, Conspire right now?
It must have been Conspire, right? I mean, I don't think they're going to want to try and start on T side, as we actually do jump into round 3 already. Yeah, I think the knife round must have gone towards Conspire, right? I don't think you're gonna get WRG wanting to start off on the T side, especially on a map like this. And wanting to get that, wanting to get the momentum off the start, at least for WRG, and not letting Conspire get that great start that we said that they probably need to get a good footing into this game.
Well, yeah, let's start focusing on what is happening right now. I mean, Nibble Conspire on a bit of a save round. That initial peak there from White Rabbit, just that initial take towards the A side right now. We've got 3 players sitting and waiting, ready to take this A side, just taking it very slowly right now. They've got the utility, they have the equipment right now that they can take over the heads of Nibble. Only 1 player towards that B side, so we've got, who do we have here? Narf and I believe Ilik. Busy rotating towards that B side, trying to take that control. There's only Dagger here to defend the bomb site. Is going to go down, so now that's going to open it up. And there should be an easy B site, and hopefully the bomb plants and win now for White Rabbit. Only pistols on the side of Nibble. I think it's going to be a pretty tough retake here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Conspire necessarily thought that they're going to obviously take the round. They took the gamble. I mean, you have to do that when you're on a save or even with a force. I mean, we saw only 1 pistol out there, P250. You have to gamble a site. You have to make you have to make a decision on, is that going to be A, is that going to be B? Where do you it's all about where WRG sort of jump and which side they commit to, because if they can, without losing a frag, if they can get 2 frags, they can get 2 guns, then it starts to become a bit of a situation for WRG where they might end up losing the round. And but within saying that, last round, WRG took up the round pretty swiftly. I mean, like you said, there was only 1 player on site. He got dropped down very quickly, and then it was an easy round. But I don't think Nibble will be too hard on themselves for losing that round. And we see Frozen actually getting quite sneaky towards that mid, and even he repeaked back into second mid, and he's got himself a double kill, and he's going to be looking himself for a third, and he finds it. Is he going to find the 4th? I don't think WRG are going to be going back into that, as Mohamed finds himself a double kill, and that'll be a quick, swift round to finish it up.
I mean, Frozen did exactly what I needed to do. They gets a pick, falls back to another position, keeps holding it, keeps falling back, and that just leaves his teammates Mohmak just to kind of clean up what's left. You know, it puts White Rabbit in a really awkward position right now, because you're left alone. You just had 3 of your teammates picked off, and now you're sitting in the middle of nowhere, just waiting to get shot in the back. So really well played there from Nibble Conspire, just taking it piece by piece. Frozen really aggressive down this middle, doesn't spot down Zio just yet. Little does he know, there's a Deagle just waiting for him in second mid. Currently, White Rabbit on the pistols right now. Deags are out the ball. Ooh, just barely misses that shot there. Is going to fall back. That communication should fall through to his team. But since they haven't seen the bomb yet, we don't see really any kind of movement coming from Conspire right now. Just holding it down, locking down these sites, making it really difficult for White Rabbit to get in.
Yeah, what WRG just seem to be chilling it out at the moment. They're not really committed. They definitely have a large presence towards A. They're going to be looking at sort of just niggling their way onto that A side. But for now, once just letting the util from Nibble run out, and now we're going to see. Ooh, North actually gets the. Was that an enemy? No, it was Zio that flashed out there. And they managed to actually get sight.
Yeah, and they've recovered a couple of guns in the meantime, as well. Zio and Custom currently sitting with an AWP and an AK respectively. So right now you've got this 2v3 retake. The positions are in favor of White Rabbit. They do have some guns and literally 1 piece of utility left to their names, but the positions should actually help them with this hold to get themselves their 4th round. Ooh, very nice use of that 1 flash that they had there. Is going to slow down Nibble Conspire right now. Smokes are going out. Very nice angle held there by Zio. Takes the 2nd, and that's going to be the 4th round now for White Rabbit. So, I mean, we were talking about how White Rabbit was just taking that so slowly. They were waiting for Nibble to make that mistake, and that little balcony awkward little fight there, both of them completely blind, actually came out in favor of White Rabbit, and that just catapulted them onto that side, making it really easy for them to just take that last round.
Yeah, I mean, they managed to get a site once they picked up a couple of weapons, and now all of a sudden, like I was saying earlier, it's an awkward situation for Conspire where you can easily lose that round, and Zio getting himself a double kill got them the round. and that was an easy round for them to take up. And Conspire now looking to just sort of get some sort of advantage. I mean, they have great presence towards mid there.
A lot of control right now in favor of Conspire. Only one player towards the B site, and White Rabbit have decided, right, they are going to be trying to take this B site. Really, really putting a lot of pressure right now. These pistols have to make a lot of work happen if they want to defend this bomb site right now. One player has managed to rotate over, so the retake shouldn't be too long awaited, but the bomb nonetheless is going to be going down. Frozen actually is going to go through the smoke, takes down the bomb planter. Nav also just uses that trade through the smoke there. A lot of smoke action happening now. Zio with the second kill of the round. Beautiful spray transfer right there. And now bomb is finally down. Only Mochmak left in a 1v4. Only a deagle, but can maybe get a couple nice shots. Just pad that bank account right now.
Yeah, Mochmak's probably going to be just looking for exits at the moment. He's looking pretty confident with those headshots, but enough quickly takes him down, and that'll be again another swift round to WRG. At the beginning of that round, they had so much control, but they just ended up doing not much with it. I mean, we saw WRG once they had lost mid and they had lost second mid. They swiftly went down into banana. They managed to get side frozen, did back off, but he sneakily managed to get the bomb planter. I don't know how that was allowed by his team, but now we're going to be looking for Frozen's. This is going to bite him in the back in the future if he continues to peek down in mid. He is going to get punished for that. And within saying that, 2-on-2 trade go on for this matchup. Dagger's
completely blind trades, I might add in. I mean, no one from Conspire saw any terrorists that round, but managed to actually get 2 kills out of it. But the trades are pretty even right now, so no side control just yet for White Rabbit. They do have quite a lot of banana control right now, so this B-Tech could be in their favor, as we do see one of the players actually rotating off. Might be a little bit of suspicion that this should be a fake, which it does seem it will be, as White Rabbit just slowly back off of that B-bomb side. So much utility has been thrown there, and so much action right now has happened. I think they want to just take a little bit of time and see where, you know, they really have an opening to get. And it looks like we're just taking this mid control really slowly. Spaz just checking every single corner quite frantically right there, while his teammate on the other side of the map is going to be faking the B-bomb site. Doesn't quite yet distract the CTs. We still see 2 CTs on this A site just holding right now. Doesn't look like the fake has actually convinced anyone yet. This take will be going in. Ivan takes down 2. Only Spaz left. Does manage to get that initial trade there. So now 1v1 situation. Orpa versus Orpa. I mean, a little bit of an awkward situation retaking with an AWP.
Yeah, and exactly the same. I mean, Spaz, both Frozen and Spaz are absolutely insane on the AWP. They'll be able to easily take out each other, but it's who gets the advantage over the other. And there we go, Spaz gets the peak onto Frozen, and that'll be another round to WRG. 6-1. Conspire just looking, yeah, they just not able to get the frags against WRG.
I mean, we were talking about how Custom is really, you know, we're really waiting for him to pop off today, but Zio is doing just as much of a good job right there. Both of them 9 for 3, 8 for 2 respectively. I mean, they're really putting in a shift there for their team. So right now, this firepower coming out from White Rabbit is making it very hard for Conspire to just kind of convert those rounds that they should actually have in the bag, realistically. But a lot of utility right now onto the B-bomb side. Oh, those mollies just pushing Conspire out of their positions. They can't really take any sort of aggressive, you know, holds right now with these deagles to just kind of catch White Rabbit off guard. But still just a default coming out of White Rabbit. They're not sure just quite yet where Conspire is right now, what they're planning to do. Taking this nice and slowly, which is what we like to see. It does seem like we're leaning towards a bit of an A take right now, as we've got 4 players in that mid position, just 1 player holding that B flank.
Yeah, I feel like at least Conspire need to start trying to get some sort of information for themselves, as we're going to see WRG pushing towards the A side, just making their presence known, but Bomb not really committed anywhere. We see Zio now has got some sort of arch control, but within saying that, it seems like they're going to be heading towards B. They're just going to be looking out. They're just trying to find some sort of information. And Conspire have gambled towards that A site, but again, WRG just running straight into the right side. I mean, Rogue is the only one that's going to be there towards site, and now we're going to see them push on. They smoke up CT. Does Rogue decide to peek out? I mean, we see some sort of fire action happening. Spaz is going to get bomb plant down. And that's a full site for the... Ooh, Mohamed has rotated already to Banana. He's going to get himself a 1 and an assist with Dagger. And now it's all up to the retake. I mean, bomb is planted, and that's what's going to make this so hard for Conspire, as they could just sit back and Banana if bomb was planted. But now 2 players involved. They take out all 3 players within seconds. They'll be ready to bring up another round.
It was just such an awkward situation there. I mean, you had the AK that only had 10 bullets left in the mag right there. Wasn't enough to take those 2 players down in dark, and unfortunately those shots just weren't connecting. And White Rabbit are doing such a good job right now of basically conditioning Conspire to believe, oh no, yeah, we're definitely going A right now. So many footsteps that they heard in mid, so many utility used there, that it really, as you saw, you know, Conspire took the gamble, stacked 4 players on the A side. Some beautiful shots there from the flank. And another beautiful shot there from Spaz, taking down Frozen so early in the round. We did mention he's gonna be punished for that early aggression in the round, and he was just punished right there by Spaz, expecting him to do exactly what he's been doing for the last couple of rounds. So now that numbers advantage sitting in White Rabbit's lap right now, they can really pressure this A bomb site.
Yeah, and when I was saying that Frozen was going to get punished for that, he just did it. It was too much of a routine for him to peek middle, try and get that middle control, and it was easily read by the AWPer on the WRG side, and it was a quick, easy frag for them. And now all of a sudden, because of that early aggression, Conspire now are having to try and recover that loss that the Frozen dying early into the round.
And they've lost a lot of map control as a result. You know, the players are also spread out right now. They don't really have any sort of banana control or any sort of main control, as we do see all of the White Rabbit players ready to take this A site. The smokes and the utility are going to be coming out. 2 players to find on the A site. That beautiful flash just absolutely blinds Elec. Dagger getting started off, takes down the first. Almost converts it to a second, but does get traded by Zio. Custom is going to try and take down Mohamed. Rogue's immediately getting taken down there by Naf, holding the flank. So now only Dagger left in a 1v3. I mean, with the money that they have right now, they don't have anything to invest into this next round. So a save, maybe a couple of extra frags should be what he's considering right now, as the bomb is ticking down, and what should ultimately be the 8th round for White Rabbit.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see WRG looking for this frag. I mean, we saw we're probably going to see them try and take each other out.
You should be expecting this holding the corner.
Oh my word! No!
I'm not sure how, but Naf is just too quick with that crouch key right there. It takes him down. He's gonna get the last kill there. A little bit of extra money. You know, right now the teas are looking really good. I mean, Custom's sitting on 10k. You know, he and Spaz can sponsor his entire team if it needs to be. Same with Naf. And for Conspire right now, I mean, you're 8-1 down. You are on another pistol round right now. I don't think the momentum that we were talking about is really in their favor. White Rabbit is making this really difficult for them.
Frozen's still trying to get aggressive towards top mid, and Conspire now have banana control, but that's not going to matter as Frozen gets flashed out, taken out by Naf, and that's going to be a side for them. There's going to be 3 players rotating from mid now. They're going to be running straight up towards A site, but that's already sight for WRG, and this is probably going to be the 9th round for them. WRG just looking too aggressive and too confident in their play, taking out Conspire left, right, center. As I say that, Ivan gets a beautiful headshot with that eagle onto his ear, but quickly traded out by Spaz.
And Rogues has already been spotted out. They should have an inclination that this, this has been a wrap from B, so they know exactly where to hold right now. Spaz just keeping Mochmak in his boiler position right now. Not much that they can do with these pistols, but they're hoping that they can maybe get one of those guns that they manage to recover that and just take a little bit of extra economy into the next round. I mean, the exits are going to be needing to come out right now. White Rabbit needs to exit the site or they're going to be blown up with a bomb. The stack in the Dosha corner.
Oh
The
my
nade! The Dosha nade!
Do it!
Yes!
Goodbye! All of them are dead. GG's. They managed to save up an AK on top of that Conspire.
I mean, that's what you
beautiful.
want to see. That is some legendary nade right there. Oh, the Deutsche nade. I couldn't have asked for anything else.
No, that was beautiful stuff. You saw Conspire were just sitting there, just making sure that they couldn't get down into mid or second mid or try and get into apps. And they throw the most amazing nade, drops down all of the players in W. I mean, that's not going to be too much of an effect unless WRG lose rounds within a row. I mean, Ivan gets a beautiful. Gets the Molotov kill. Love to see that. But
I mean, White Rabbit were just running through the mollies there with 3 mollies down banana, and they're just running through all of them. So a lot of little bit of chip damage right now. That should help Conspire going into the rest of these rounds. But still a 2-2 split, so no real sort of inclination as to where White Rabbit want to go right now. They're just sort of waiting and holding for these peaks and hopefully to get a pick off the site. Loosen up this defense from Conspire right now.
Yeah, WRG a little earlier, they just ran through it like full confidence that I was talking about earlier.
No
just
stress.
Not caring at all.
It's fine. It's just it's a little cold, I needed some warmth under my feet.
I mean, it is the middle of winter. It is pretty cold, so you know what? A Molotov under my feet doesn't actually sound too much of a bad idea. Hey, I'm gonna be honest.
I think I'd stick with the gas eater if I was you. But we do see White Rabbit finally decided to take this B site. A lot of that chip damage is there. The flash is in, and somehow Nav blindly takes down Rogues. So that's only one player now left on this B bomb site. The rotates are in, but Dagger needs to do a lot of work if he wants to keep White Rabbit off site. And some more time. Takes Nav down through the smoke, nearly converts it into a second. My goodness gracious, but the bomb does go down. Ooh, these nades by Conspire right now are just absolutely legendary. So 4 players now for this retake. Alex not looking too healthy right now on 7 HP. Spaz with 57. Could be a couple of easy frags if they can find them. Time is checking down. Spaz, the cheeky peek. Actually misses a shot there. It's going to get taken by Custom. Custom just taking it. Almost converts it to a third, but is going to get taken down. And that should be the win now for Conspire. I mean, that's what you want from your B-side anchor, isn't it? Get a couple of kills through the smoke,
Yeah, that was a bit of a crazy round towards the end of that retake there. But yeah, the Conspire managed to bring up a round for themselves. Only 2 to WRG's 9. I mean, WRG looking very confident towards the beginning. Towards the game so far. And I mean, Conspire going to feel a little bit happier after that. But I don't think that was necessarily a round that was taken because of a certain individual play or a certain almost like a skill aspect. I feel like those shots through the smoke were all well and good, but it's not going to help them continuous round after round after round. I mean, it was a bit unfortunate that that flashbang was so on point, but the frag just not being able to be taken out last round. But yeah, now Nav gets a double for himself. That's going to open up B side completely. And
I mean, that's just going to be, White Rabbit's trigger to go to the bomb side. Nav, very well done there. And yeah, you're talking about individual players. I mean, you can't depend on that from round to round. There's something that needs to change on the side of Conspire if they want to take some of these rounds off of White Rabbit to hopefully convert this into a win. Exactly right. Unfortunately, the individuals right now from White Rabbit are, I mean, getting 2Ks to 3Ks pretty much every single round, just making quick work of Conspire right now. So something needs to change, whether they need to take a bit more control, whether they need to, swap up their defense, but something definitely does need to just be a little bit swapped up,
Yeah, I mean, like, just for their sake, I wouldn't. I would like to see a pause come out from them. Just sit and chat to each other. Hey guys, what are we doing wrong? How can we fix this? I mean, it's only 3 rounds left of the half. But still, they need to do that. Just I would like to just see a pause come through and then just sort of start to regather as a team and then try and regather at least the last 3 rounds. I mean, 10-5, doable. I would like to say anything more than 11-4. Anything more than 11-4. I think it's pretty much going to be game straight off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be expected to get those 12 to 13 rounds in a row. It's just it's a tall order for anyone, and momentum right now and your confidence is really going to be taking a knock if that's the case, going into that second half, which would be the T side for Conspire, which is really can be a very momentum based side. So they really need to try and have these last 3 rounds, like you said, go into that 10-5 half. Just a couple of shots right now onto the A site. Again, White Rabbit doing this bit of a default, just kind of making a lot of noise on one of the sides, just trying to get those rotations off. Maybe just rotate back to the B bomb side. If they do get a peek, then they'll take this A site. But so far, no real contact from either side. I mean, Conspire are playing this really passively as White Rabbit do the rotate back down. Bomb is bottom of middle, and the map control right now for White Rabbit is looking really good. I mean, they've got full control of middle, starting to take this banana control, and looks like they're going to be rotating off to this B tech again, which they seem to be favoring. You know, just putting a little bit of that pressure on A sites and then just falling back.
But I mean, that's what you got to do to keep Conspire at least gambling a little bit. I mean, if you're throwing 4 smokes onto B, four mollies, 5 or 6 flashbangs, you pretty much know that WRG are going to commit towards that B site. But now they're going to be running straight into it. Rogues now gets the call that the WRG are going to be running straight into it. A little bit of damage down onto Zio. Zio almost frags out Rogues there, but Custom quickly trades that frag out, and North gets himself another one. And just like that, within a split second, WRG have full side control, bomb is down, and now it's going to be a 3-on-4 retake. And North is the only one that's lacking on the HP a little bit on the side of WRG, that I don't think it's going to matter too much, as WRG get 2 frags for themselves. Frozen managed to get 1, but again, like, now he's sitting there with an AWP. He does have a smoke. I would have liked to seen that smoke come out before they tried to retake that side.
No, I know. Just have off one of those angles. Ooh, does take down North, but I mean, he's going to get immediately traded. It's exactly that. I mean, Conspire are taking so many gambles where they're just 4-stacking one site for whatever reason. You know, they might have that inclination that that's what White Rabbit might have been favoring. But White Rabbit are just reading them like a book right now. You know, the push and pull that they're doing is really just taking Conspire's attention away from what is important, is that our B site or our A site is more often than none, you know, left with only one player defending it, with barely any sort of, you know, equipment to really do that. So the gambles right now for Conspire isn't working out too much. Actually, a lot of mid control right now from Conspire. We've seen this before, they've completely taken mid control. Again, leaving one person on B. Rogues cheekily through the smoke, just on the edge there, takes down Zio. And should have been able to see one of the other T's, so there should be some communication there that it could be a B right now as the smoke goes down. We do see 2 of the players rotating around, and White Rabbit left to take the B bomb site. Oh, again running through the molly, it's fine. Keeps me warm. North does manage to convert Frozen into a kill. Mohad in the meantime to take down Spaz. So now a 3v4 in favor actually of Conspire. Not a lot of utility right now, not a lot of the gear or firepower, but Flash is going to be through, is not going to take down Ilek, but is going to get taken down by the pistols there, and only North left in a 1v4, sorry. Sure.
Yeah, Conspire finally saying, you know what, enough is enough. We're going to take this wild aggression towards middle, and we're going to pretty much force WRG onto B site. Which is exactly what WRG sort of got, like, huddled towards that B side. I mean, having that anchor on B was so important to sit there. If Conspire had all 5 players sort of retaking after bomb plant, I think it would have been a completely different situation. But yeah, Conspire now bringing it up to 3 rounds for themselves. WRG still looking very dominant. They'll be able to buy up this round as well as the whole next round. Again, Frozen, looking at that, it's just, in my eyes, it's too predictable. And I feel like he did get punished one round, but he should be getting punished round after round after round.
I actually really like this from White Rabbit. They've immediately converted this into basically a split, as the Archer Smoke was there, and now you've got 2 terrorists running through CT, making it really difficult for the B bomb site right now. Oh, only Rogue left on the side once again. Actually does manage to take down Norm, converts that onto a kill onto Zio, and now only 2 players left from White Rabbit to plant the bomb and hopefully convert this into the last round win for this half. The retake is pretty much already underway, and all the CTs already in position. Illic takes down Dagger. Both of them right now in this construction position, so it gives them a bit of cover right now. Both of your CTs already on site. The molly is going to just prevent them from peeking forward. The bomb gets tapped. Actually, let's go of the bomb, and Illic manages to take him through the smoke. Frozen left in 1v1. Does convert the kill onto Illic and is going to get his team the 4th point for this last round of the half.
Yeah, and I think this is actually starting to become a doable situation for Conspire. This is an
11-4 half. It's not, like we said, as long as it's not, you know, we're looking at, you know, basically 11 to 12 rounds to get back. I mean, 11 rounds in a row with a little bit of leeway.
It's gonna be a hard fight for Conspire, most definitely. And now you really, I think this is where it starts to get hard for Conspire. I think WRGA's hold and able to call on call towards where Conspire gonna go. I think it's gonna be a lot better than what we saw in the first half from Conspire. So I think this is where it gets hard. And like I was saying about Custom being such a great anchor towards, or he's going to go towards that B side. He's going to be the only player sitting there. And my goodness me, you do not want to be playing, you don't want to be trying to take sight against Custom. That guy is absolutely insane. It's mechanical and all around just playing around the site and making sure that he's not easily able to get fragged out is, I would say, one of the best in South Africa.
I mean, we see that confidence right now as he was left pretty much alone as the B anchor for White Rabbits. So the confidence is definitely there from the rest of the team, as it is for you right now, that he is able to hold this B bomb site. So only 1 player towards the B bomb site in the form of Ivan right now, trying to just get some sort of attention from White Rabbit. You know, maybe just draw a couple of CTs off. But it does seem like the call is going to be going through to his team that look, B bomb site looks pretty much open. I haven't seen anyone, and that might be the wrong call, as like you said, Custom is just sitting waiting on site, very sneaky right now. It does look like Conspire is going to be going for this B bomb site take, as a little bit of pace is going to be in their feet. Flash and smoke is going to be coming out right now. As the flash goes down, we do see the rotate from the CT side. Custom left on side alone, takes a little bit of damage there onto Mock, but takes him down, converts it into a shot there onto Rogues. Oh my goodness gracious, I don't know how this man's still alive. Spaz there to chime in and does get the trade. But only 2 players left now for Nibble Conspire. The bomb does go down. CT's already here and waiting for this retake. Oh, Frozen barely gets caught out. Does manage to convert it into a 2nd kill. 2 HP left, 1v2. Bomb is down. And Zio is going to convert that. It was a bit of a tall order there for Frozen. But I mean, quite a couple of kills there for him. So that's going to be a couple of extra monies going into the next round. So I'm wondering, since the bomb is down, you know, you should be saving and then taking these AKs into the 3rd round.
I wouldn't actually be surprised if Conspire do decide to just chill it out at the moment. Maybe within saying that, across this coast, they're gonna be buying it up. They're gonna be forcing everything towards Dagger and Frozen. I mean, we've seen how brutal Frozen can be with his mechanical aim, getting those headshots. But like I was saying earlier, Custom sat there on site, but he worked the site and he worked the site to his advantage. He made sure that he was not easily fraggable towards the beginning of the round, so that he could call for his team to come in. And by the time that he got fragged out, he had already had 2 kills, and he's done his job. His entire team was sitting right outside of site, waiting for the retake once he had been taken out, and by that point, he's done his job.
And that's exactly that. And Conspire is in a bit of an awkward situation. You know, it would be expected that they would, you know, chill it out and just save the money for a full AK buy for the whole team, but they don't have the rounds, you know, for that luxury right now. They kind of just have to push as many rounds as they can right now. So it's another gamble, but we'll see how the shots end up landing and if they can actually convert this gamble into a win right now. So again, this default. Trying to get a bit of control right now. Zio actually boosted on top of the smoke, so if Dagger's not careful, he could be taken out from a very awkward angle there. He's going to fall back, and it looks like Conspire should be taking this A site. They have full archer control and balcony. Smoke's already coming out. These 2 players on the site from White Rabbit are going to be completely pinned from every single angle right now as the XQ does come through. Eagles just running in. Alex is going to take down Dagger, makes that 2. Mohammed eventually with the trade onto Narf, and the bomb is going to be going down, but Alex still in this angle, eventually does get traded out. And now the 3v3 is on. The retake has to happen right now. Spaz already in a position to do so, but has to wait for his teammates, so that's going to be a bit of extra time now for Conspire just to hold out this round they very desperately need. Ooh, a bit of a miss molly there as Mohammed takes down Custom. Zio left with the MP9, does take the trade, and now still a 2v2. I mean, time is running out so much right now. 1 hit on Zio's back. He does get fragged out, sorry, there. And the DQ should come in. I think you should just
I don't think he's got that.
Oh. No!
Yeah. My goodness, that was a close round. WRG actually looking pretty confident on their retake. I mean, that molly completely messed them up. That molly was they're missing that molly. That was round. I thought that was round over as soon as they put down.
You know, maybe their feet were cold and they just needed a little bit of an extra push. Maybe his teammate was like, "Please get out of this position. We need a retake."
Or they needed a challenge. So what they did is
make this more interesting.
they threw down the molly that their enemy would, and I mean that did cost them the round. They didn't actually manage to get the down. Oh, 2 frags. Custom gets. Can Zio find another one for himself? And there we go. Just like that, Custom picks up the Mac 10. Gets himself. Did Zio get? Oh my word! He got another one through the smoke there. Rogues is alone.
2 for Custom right now. I mean, through the smoke, fully blind. How did this end up happening? And now he's peeking into a corner with three counter terrorists just waiting and ready to take your gun from you. I mean, that's not exactly what you want happening as Conspire right now.
How did that happen? One smoke.
They were fully blind through the smoke. It was just a couple of pot shots. I mean, Custom and Zio were just completely dabbing behind the corner, not sure what was happening. I don't think anyone saw anyone in that round except for, you know, Rogues in the last couple of seconds of the round, but somehow that managed to be 4 kills with side of White Rabbit. Not a single trade.
Oh, and that's going to be a little bit of a downer for Conspire as they go into the round just with Tech 9s. I mean, they now trying to do the exact same strat that was just done against them, just spraying through the smoke, hoping for some sort of kill. And I think that's where it's gotten to this point in the match now. Conspire needs some sort of miracle to happen to be able to win these rounds. I mean, they're going to be going into... This is going to be round 14 for WRG, which means they're going to be going into round 15 for WRG on a very bad buy. Actually,
I mean,
on
you've
top
got
of
a couple of pistols, you got Tech 9s, you got Deals, but I mean, you're going up against the AKs that you've just lost in some miraculous way. Narf is actually going to start it off, takes down Muhammad. And again, three players on the A side just holding it down, making it really difficult right now. As much as it already is for Conspire, they really don't have the equipment right now to be taking these sort of fights. They need those numbers advantage in their favor, and right now, White Rabbit is just playing this so smart. They're just holding passively. They know that you know, Conspire is on the pistol round, on the save, and they have the rounds to play with, so they're taking this very relaxed and very passively as they can. They have the luxury right now. We do see all 4 players on Conspire's side leaning towards this A side. Flash is going to be coming through. The charge is in. Elegon's side does get taken down, and as well as Narf. Only Spaz left, converts that into a second kill, holding the side, doing a lot of damage, doing a lot of work. 15 seconds left, and Dagger gets hunted down. Spaz still in pit right now. Bomb does go down, but I mean, Rogue right now does actually take down Spaz. Finally gets traded. Shot through the smoke there by Zio. Through the wall there, sorry. I mean, not much that you can really do when you're getting shot through the wall.
Exactly that. Yeah, good round for WRG. They played that pretty well. The stack in pits worked out tremendously in their favor. Conspire needed to get that player down before they could put the bomb plant. If they did, then you would have that player sitting in pit the entire time, just being an itch. When Conspire trying to hold down that, an annoyance, and when Conspire trying to hold down their sights, and now we're gonna see WRG pick up 14 rounds, and again, look at this,
another pistol.
Look at this force buy from Conspire. Ivan's not going to have a good buy next round as well.
I mean, I get that you don't really have the rounds to play with. You want to get as many rounds as you can, but this is now the second round that you've been on a save against fully kitted CTs. Against a fully kitted team of White Rabbits, who you in general you don't want to be playing against, you know, with full kits yourself. So Rogue really gets taken down through the smoke. Actually manages to take down Zio instead. Just a couple of those traces of the bullets through smoke there. Eventually finds him.
And yeah, we're back. Sorry for that little bit of hiccup. We are straight back into the game. It seems like we had a little bit of a technical difficulty there, but that's all right. We're still here, and now, ooh, Conspire. I was just about to say that there's no ways Conspire gets value out of this force again, right? I've been saying that very quickly.
You would think so. But these deagle shots right now from Conspire are just doing all the work that they do. They actually managed to convert that into a bomb plant. So the money that they desperately need right now is going to be going into their pockets. And Custom and Spaz right now should be going to a save. I mean, they have all the rounds on the wall to be playing with right now. So it's fine if they just save these this AK and the M4 that they have managed to recover. So actually, you know, we were judging this force buy from Conspire, but it's worked out in their favor. I mean, when the lads are hitting the shots that they need to, it really is working out for them.
Yeah, but like, how often does that work? I mean, WRG now sort of forcing to save up their weapons.
Ooh, Ivan, why are we hunting?
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird decision.
20 HP hunting. I'm as confident. It's very confident, but I'm not sure if that was the best decision for that round. Nonetheless, though, they should all be able to buy up. Rogues and Frozen, sorry, did manage to recover an M4, so that just gives them a little bit of leeway on their economy right now. Still, 6-14. All of these rounds right now till the end of the game are important, and you need to win them if you want any chance of winning this map. A lot of utility there towards the B side.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of rounds if Conspire do manage to take a few rounds from WRG. That AWP on Spaz is going to be so brutal if they manage to pick it up. I mean, they're feeling pretty confident just picking up the rifles. We see Zio just sort of sitting with that FAMAS, not too great in terms of the economic side, but they gambled 3 players towards the side on the side of WRG. Oh, beautiful headshots on Custom there. That was quite quick. That was pretty insane. Custom just showing why
after headshot.
Yeah, why he's one of the best in South Africa, I would say.
Spaz also takes down Rogues, and I think he just might have missed the shoulder of Frozen there. So still holding the position nonetheless, but Frozen is actually going to just be backing off and grouping up with his teammates. I mean, 2v5, literally a few pieces of utility that they can use for this B bomb side take, which would be a little bit easier than taking A right now. Way too many angles on the A side for the 2 of these Conspire players to cover. So just taking this very slowly right now.
Are they going to be Yeah, they're going to be smoking up sight. Oh, Frozen actually gets yours. He did peek just before that smoke popped. But no
Custom
Molly.
still on site.
Yeah, I mean, now we see a Molly up there. Oh, Custom.
Oh, that was just unfortunate timing there, I think, for Custom. And a beautiful shot there from Mohamed to take him down. Really cleaning up the site right now. So they've got full site control. The bomb is planted. CTs are busy running in to get this retake, hopefully getting their 15th round. They still have Mohamed and Frozen to deal with. These are the two players that I said we should focus on. And they really don't have the opportunity to actually do that, as Spaz and Elec takes them down really quickly, I might add. I mean, we had 2 headshots there and they were just both taken down for the round.
Yeah, Nibble are going to be able to buy up this round. That was a very quick retake from WRG. Just sort of confident there. I mean, I think there was one flash that was popped in the entirety of the retake, and then they're just getting 2 quick frags straight off the bat, taking out Mohamed and Frozen. That was a good round from WRG. That is match point to WRG now, 15-6. And it looks like WRG are gonna gamble towards the second mid. Oh!
Rogues with the 3-man spray transfer takes down one of the 3 White Rabbits in the middle of mid. I mean, that's your A side completely open right now. And I mean, it's Custom, Spaz and Arf who've really been putting in a lot of work for White Rabbit. I mean, these are your top fraggers right now. Some of them at least.
No.
And Zio, proving me wrong, takes down 2. Alex still on site, still holding the site. Last man alive gets taken down. I mean, that was exactly what you wanted out of Conspire. That's what you need.
I actually thought WRG were going to take that. Zero was looking so good at one point until he got fragged out.
The last man spray transfer there.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a completely different situation if it was a one-on-one. I don't think we would have seen Elec rotate from pit. Then another WRG, they gambled towards second mid. I think that was a team flash. I think that was a flash from Spaz that actually.
So much utility. Ivan's completely blind. Gets shot in the back. Actually, I have one player in Mexico. Zio somehow takes down 2 with the pistols. Left in a 1v2. I mean, both of these players are very low, so this is doable. Takes down Ivan. Now in a 1v1 against Frozen. Frozen only on 12 HP. Does have the bomb, does have the utility and the AK. Can go A right now, but Zio is just running towards this A side right now, taking the long way around to the rotate. It's a bit of a gamble because Frozen could just, take this B bomb site and should be able to get a free bomb plant out of it. But right now, just choosing to hold it down. 1 minute left on the clock right now for match point for the win of this map, of the semi-final. I mean, this is a very close one for the last round. Oh, they're just barely missing each other. I mean, completely on other sides of the map right now. Zio still has time to change his mind and rotate over, as I'm thinking he should be inclining towards that it should be a B side, as he hasn't seen Frozen whatsoever. Just walking. It's going to be about who sees who first right now. Frozen doesn't have the HP to take a full fight. The bomb is going to be going down, so Zio should have that sound cue right now. He knows he's made the right decision. Frozen taking a bit of a more aggressive peek. Oh my goodness gracious. Spots out Zio with the molly, but Zio did not see him whatsoever right now. So Frozen at the advantage right now, has the information, knows exactly where Zio is, and which is exactly what he needs. He has no HP to be fighting this. Bomb gets tapped. Frozen just peeking out, but Zio doesn't see him still yet. Still tapping away. Frozen. Zio takes him down. Is going to be the win. Is going to be the map win for White Rabbit in the semi-final. I mean, what a round to finish it off.
Yeah, WRG looked very confident towards that entire round, and that's gonna be a quick map for WRG.
I mean, it was definitely a lot quicker than I was expecting, to be honest. The rounds there from White Rabbit, I mean, we're talking about headshots after headshots, and Zio finishing it off with his 4K there. I mean, that's exactly what you want. I mean, White Rabbit were there on pistols. I mean, the utility was very, very spot on there from White Rabbit. Conspire was completely blind for pretty much 80% of that last round. So really well played there from White Rabbit.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be them into the finals. They're gonna want the spot in the last qualifiers. for the UMZANSI League. And yeah, they got it. They're in the finals, and this is what they've been looking for, and they got it. So well done to WRG. A hard fight for Conspire there. I feel like they have quite a lot of work to still do, and just sort of get their sort of teamwork together. It looked a bit just all over the place majority of the time, and just not being able to take out those individual frags one after
Especially
another.
towards the end there, I think it might have been a bit of a confidence overflow towards the end there. I mean, you were sitting with about 12 rounds of space between you and your enemy team, so I think the confidence got a little bit over the top there towards the end. So definitely need to lock that down, as they will be playing the winner of Online Kingdom and Ominous Gaming Anarchy for the final. Which is the BO3, and which will be determining who goes through to the final league, which is where you want to be.
Exactly, and within saying that, I think we're going to take a little bit of a break, and we'll be back for the grand final of this last chance qualifier. I mean, now we see already WRG take the first spot in those last qualifiers. So until then, we'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to the grand finals of the Last Chance Qualifier. And both of these teams actually made it through to the UMZANSI League. So well done to Online Kingdom and WRG. They managed to find themselves spots in the UMZANSI League. WRG has been fighting for this spot for I can't even tell you, probably since season 1, right at the beginning. They have been fighting for the spot and they get it. So well done to them. They doing an absolutely amazing job, and now they be going to be joined by Online Kingdom in this grand final. We see in terms of Online Kingdom, who are we going to be seeing today?
So, I mean, in terms of Online Kingdom, we're looking at Ruben, XDKana, Sheer, Falls, Rigro, really known players in terms of they've been around the scene. We should be seeing some heavy hitters. I mean, they've been playing so much CS right now. I've just been seeing the Online Kingdom Twitter page day in and day out. So I'm pretty sure they should be ready for this. Ruben and Sheer as well. We've seen a lot of them. XDKana, really exciting players. On the side of White Rabbit, I mean, you're talking about people like we've just seen Zio, Elec, Custom, Spaz, Nof, Zio, and Custom and Spaz. I mean, even Nof and Elec, all of them right now in this last semi-final that we've just seen really individually are just absolutely dominating right now, doing a lot of work for their team and really outperforming the enemies right now.
Yeah, you were talking about Ruben being he is the IGL for Online Kingdom, but on top of that, I think we're going to be seeing some pretty sick plays from Rigwell. He is by far my favorite player from Online Kingdom. I mean, I see them on Face It all the time. They playing day in, day out. They literally getting they prepare. They literally practicing all the time. I would say flip like 7-8 hours a day, which is what the time that you got to put in, at least 7-8 hours that you got to put in every single day, sort of get onto that like top level. And they've definitely been putting in the hours, and I've seen a crazy improvement from them. And we also see, like you were saying, Kana's always there. Kana's always a solid player. Is always a great anchor to the team as a whole. But Falls also a great individual player. He's going to be doing so much work. I think we're going to be seeing the AWP jump onto him if I remember correctly. I think he is the AWPer for Online Kingdom. So it's going to be pretty cool to see Spaz versus All on the AWP challenges if they ever duel against each other. And I think it's a pretty much a 50-50 split between them. And talking about 50-50 splits, let's see where the bans and the votes go in the veto.
I definitely think the veto is going to be a pretty interesting one. So Vertigo off the bat's already banned. No surprise there, really. Dust 2 also from Online Kingdom is going to be taken out. In terms of the first pick, we're going to be looking at Nuke, which is some really fun times. You're talking about how executes need to be on point. Inferno for the second map. The decider, we should be looking between, I think, Overpass. Looks like it's going to be Overpass. Chain banned by WRG. Mirage actually banned there by Online Kingdom. So yes, Overpass is going to be the decider. So I mean, you're looking at Nuke, Inferno, and Overpass. Some maps that I personally enjoy watching in terms of your executes right there. Just the CT side plays that you can throw out there, which is also just always some fun time to watch. The aggression from the CT side instead of just holding that passive angle. So I'm excited to see. Starting off Nuke, what are you thinking? What are we feeling?
So just on the map of Nuke, since we've seen Vertigo come into the map pool, we've pretty much seen almost every single team pick up Nuke in one way or another. We see that's pretty much ATK's home map as well as Overpass. We see Goliath picking up Nuke all the time, as well as Energy. All of the top teams are busy playing Nuke at the moment because Vertigo's in the map pool. That's almost an insta ban for at least South Africans at the moment, right? So then it's almost an insta pick for Nuke, right? And within saying that, these teams have gotten so good at Nuke, and we see the team play really coming through. Before I used to say that it was a heavily CT sided map, and I said that mainly because the teams didn't know how to play T side. They just didn't know how to. So they sat down on CT. They sat down. They anchored certain positions on site, and then the T's would run into site. with not a lot of util, not a lot of pop flashes coming through, and then it would just be a demolishing site for the T side. But getting further into that, they started slowly but surely learning how to play the terror side, and now it's still, I would say, CT sided map, but I think it's getting there. It's getting to that 50-50 split ever so slowly.
And I mean, the structure of Nuke really has been changing a lot, as you've been mentioning, and it's really been diversifying the utility usage that you can use. I mean, Nuke for me is one of those maps. It's such a fun map in terms of utility right now. It's you're talking about those windows on A side that you can use to flash, smoke, nades. I mean, the nades from CT side right now can reach all the way to top of silo. Flashes included. I mean, pop flashes. It really provides a playground for both teams on both sides, regardless of where you're starting right now, to just kind of outshine your opponents with the utility usage that you've prepared. And some of the executes that we see on A side specifically, because of those top roof windows that you have, can be really horrible as a CT to defend against. I mean, you're talking about mollies in every feasible position. You're talking about mollies on top of huts, on top of railings, in heaven, smoking yourself out from mouth, huts completely being covered by your terrorists that are busy rushing the site. So it becomes a really difficult position. And then outside as well, um, I personally believe that outside control, it's one of those things that when a T has it, it doesn't mean too much for the CTs because they can just rotate so easily off into secret and things like that. And then it becomes a real chokehold position where you have to rush secret, you have to rush vents, and it becomes very difficult as a T. So I still feel at the moment that it's a bit more CT sided than I guess anyone would really like, but it's definitely getting to that point where it's becoming that 50 split that we want.
Yeah, and following on from that, I think it was Online Kingdom's pick to pick up Inferno. I mean, that's quite a bold pick. I mean, they didn't play Inferno in the semi-final. They beat OG Anarchy 16-13 on Mirage, which we saw banned out. And Online Kingdom decide to pick Inferno just after WRG's dominant play against Conspire. I would say, yeah, that's a bit of a weird pick, but maybe they got something crazy to come to bring to the table. I mean, we've seen in the series in the past Online Kingdom do a lot of work in Mirage, so I'm surprised that we didn't actually see a Mirage pickup.
I feel like Overpass is like, for me at least, is a bit of a safe map as your decider, because it is one of those maps that can really just swing either way. Like we said, that CT side aggression that is so well renowned on Overpass. I feel like it's a site that gives you a lot of opportunities to kind of swing it your way, and if you really know your map, it can be to your advantage. But yeah, it is interesting to see that Inferno was picked, especially after such an explosive semi-final from White Rabbit right now. I think the momentum on either side can be a bit of a decider. I mean, right now, White Rabbit just got out of an absolute stellar of a match there against Conspire. As individuals, we had so many beautiful plays. I mean, they're quite confident right now on Inferno, and going against that could be either an advantage or a disadvantage, because if Online Kingdom can actually counter that and run away with the win, I think it's gonna be a big shock to the mental state of White Rabbit. After you just run around from such a beautiful win, and now you're gonna take it away from me. I mean, come on. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think it's a bit of a bold play, but it might just be the case that Online Kingdom really just favor Inferno, regardless of, they don't care what White Rabbit did on it or did not do on it. That's their map. That's what their bread and butter is like.
Yeah, I mean that's the way. That's the confidence that we want to see. That's the way that they should be playing, is not be afraid of what Online Kingdom's bringing to the table. I mean, what WRG is bringing to the table, and just say, you know what, it's our map. We're gonna pick Inferno. We're gonna dominate at it. And within saying that, we, like you were saying now, online that Overpass is the decider. So that, I think, is going to heavily favor WRG. Like you were saying, if you know your map, puts you at such a great advantage. And I think just in the terms of like team player as a whole, that probably favors WRG as well as Nuke. So at least for me, I think we're going to be seeing a 2-1 match up against WRG and Online Kingdom. What are your thoughts on that? What's your predictions for this?
Oh, I hate predictions. I just the caster's curse is so strong with me. um, Based off if I'm a viewer right now and I've only just seen White Rabbit, it would be very easy for me to just say, oh yeah, no, White Rabbit's going to take this 100%. But I mean, if you're looking at the players on both sides, really, we've got some star players. You've got players that have been in the scene for a while. I mean, the South African scene is such a small scene that you really get to know individuals, whether it's in faces, whether you're playing them in scrims, whether you've been in teams with them. It's becoming to that point where everyone just knows everyone's playstyle, basically. And I'm I'm also leaning towards a pretty close matchup. I mean, a 2-1 scoreline would be ideal. You always want to see those close kind of games. But I'm leaning towards White Rabbit. I'm not quite there just yet, but also just because I haven't really seen these players and these rosters go head to head myself. So for me, I'm just hoping for a close game, and I'm gonna just not say anything because I'm gonna curse someone somewhere, and I'm not doing that today.
So you're just abstaining, hey?
No. No.
Okay, but I definitely think that on the first map, Nuke, that we're busy spectating, this is going to favor WRG. This is their map pick, so obviously they must have something to bring to the table. They must have.
I mean, they want to show off their nades right now. Conspire in the last map just showed off the Deutsche nade. They need to show off their utility prowess, and they need to show, look, you might have gotten one good nade on us, but just look at what we've got in store for these players tonight. And I really want to see some beautiful executes. I mean, the aim right now from White Rabbit, they're warm, they're ready for this. Both of these players have been playing since about 11 o'clock in terms of the round robin rounds that we've been having. So there's no excuse in terms of aim that I should be seeing. I think it's just going to be a pure fact of who's the most prepared for this. And since it is White Rabbit's pick, they're clearly very confident on it. So I'm really hoping for some stellar executes and some stellar positions right now. Regarding sides, I believe we should be seeing White Rabbit starting off on the CT side. How do you think that's going to favor them, or it's not a favor for them? With a team like Online Kingdom on the terror side. With those AKs, those one-tap ability, beautiful guns that they have.
It could get quite brutal if WRG start to run away and steamroll off of it on the CT side. If we're looking at something like a 11-4 half to WRG on the CT side, I think it could be a brutal second half for Online Kingdom. But if Online Kingdom run through 2-3 rounds off the beginning, then manage to pick themselves up a couple of rounds in between, I think it could be a close matchup. Like you're saying that it's all up to what team is prepared. I think both of these teams are so equal when it comes to their capability to aim and their mechanical skill. So it's like you're saying, it's going to come up to just how prepared they are.
Speaking of prepared, I see that our observer is trying to teach us nuclear fission right now with these beautiful diagrams that we're showcasing. I'm sorry, I did not understand a single word of what was on that board. But I'm really, it's going to be about who's most prepared. It's going to be about who just takes that momentum and just sort of keeps it for the rest of the round. I think it's going to be a pretty tough time for for Online Kingdom and White Rabbit both alike, since these maps that are in the map pool right now, I mean, you're talking about Nuke, Inferno, and Overpass, 3 maps that, weirdly enough, Inferno and Nuke, I feel, are the most utility based, personally. Obviously, Overpass also is, there's so many beautiful nades that you can throw on that side. Mollies really deter them early round. But Inferno especially, I mean, we saw it with the mollies and banana that White Rabbit just had to run through. We saw it with the Deutsche nade. We saw it with the kills through the smoke. Absolutely just a well-prepared utility sort of knowledge bank that you have and ready for this is really, I think, what's going to be setting us aside.
And within saying that it's going to be very util based, the problem with the terrorists taking that outside control, which they kind of need to, but at the same time, it's not, like you were saying, it's not too much of a big deal for the CT sides, because they can just rotate very easily down vents through B ramp. It almost you have to commit so much util to going to outside. If you're on the T side, you pretty much have to drop 2, 3. If a molly goes down on the CT sides, you're busy dropping 4 smokes, as well as flashes, as well as a molly maybe for red container. You're looking at a lot of util just to get outside control. Not even a site, you know. Normally you would see that much util being used to take a site and at least gain an advantage that way. But it's just, I feel that using that much util is good on the outside, but again, I just don't think that we're going to be seeing a lot of T side aggression on outside, and they might be looking towards keeping that lobby control, maybe pushing towards vents.
Taking those close angles, and I mean it's gonna really just depend on what we're gonna be seeing, but we should be seeing all of the players busy readying up as the server commands are going through. Players are getting ready to take it and into the first round of what is the grand final. Both of these players have already qualified right now. And I would say this is more just a case of, you know, the leaderboard right now, maybe a little bit of bragging rights on the side, taking it into a really strong position and going into this final league, which you want to be. I mean, it's the prize pool is insane, the platform is amazing, and it's going to be a really fun time to watch this play out. But right now, at the moment, we are dealing with White Rabbit and Online Kingdom. First map of the grand final, and like we were talking about that outside control, and it looks like both teams are just going to be starting off with this knife round to decide the sides. In terms of what we want to see, we were talking about Online Kingdom being on the T side might be extremely detrimental, and luckily for White Rabbit, they're going to be able to decide what they want to do, where they want to be going. I think starting off on a CT side would be what's preferred in this case.
You know what I'd love to see is I would love a WRG to just say this is our map. We're gonna start off on T side and we're gonna take 8-9 rounds from you. That's what I'd love to see.
Okay.
And we do. We see a WRG.
Are they listening to stream right now? I feel like they're listening to you right now.
Hello, Zio, are you here?
Are you listening to me? Hello.
But yeah, WRG, and I would love to see this if they take. If they take, I would say 6, 7, even 8 rounds. Oh well, not even 8 rounds. If they take 8 rounds, I think it's game. WR, if we see a dominant T side from them, this could be a very exciting map 1 and in the first half.
Yeah, no, I really am. I'm loving this confidence right now from White Rabbit. This is what you want to see on their map pick, and I think they really need to make a bold statement to Online Kingdom, and this is one way to do it. So, it's going to be a fun time if we can just see White Rabbit absolutely just taking those couple of rounds. Like you said, if those 8 to 7. Like I said, if it's 8 rounds, I think it's pretty much game all she wrote for Online Kingdom, because that CT side from White Rabbit is extremely refined. I think they know exactly where they want to be, and they've been holding it really well. So to see that after you've just lost basically the first half, not completely naturally, but if you've lost that round advantage, I think it's going to be really hard for Online Kingdom to catch up. And I'm really liking the confidence right now from White Rabbit. I really just want to see what they're going to be doing for that first round, whether they're going to be actually managing to take that outside control, or just, like you said, keeping towards that lobby ramp area, you know, keeping those close corners. I mean, you've got the Glocks, you've got, you know, the close range capability against USPs, which you don't really want to be fighting outside.
Yeah, but I mean, if they use 2 smokes, so just commit 2 players to util, which is not unseen. And taking that outside control and then getting into secret, that could be quite detrimental for Online Kingdom, taking those close angles towards B side through secret. And now we do. Look at that. We see 3 players on util for WRG.
We were talking about that utility usage, that it's so vastly needed, but I mean, we've got 6 flashes ready and waiting. Depending on where they go, this can be really difficult for CT side, and starting it off now with that classic nade there onto the door, opening it up, just chiming down, just a little bit of chip damage right now. Custom starting this off, takes down Extricana. Almost gets caught up there. Does manage to convert it into a second Rigro, taking one down himself. Zio with a 2k on the other side of the map, leaving Rigro now in a 1v4. I mean, Zio and Custom not looking too good. 1 and 7 HP, respectively. Oh, the dink there takes down Rigro to 15 HP. Really explosive round coming out right now for the first round of the grand final from White Rabbit, and that's going to be their first point and their first real statement to Online Kingdom, saying we're here, we're ready, this is our map, you need to be prepared.
Yeah, and I think WRG are definitely going to be able to show us that. That was a bit of a messy entry onto site from WRG, sort of not getting punished for their initiation through lobby. But yeah, we're going to see Online Kingdom bounce straight back. I mean, they're forced up now. Ruben's the only one with a little bit of cash for himself. He only picks himself up a deagle. The rest, full armor and utility. So
I'm really loving this. It's going to be very interesting, and I'm really loving this aggressive play from White Rabbit. They're immediately taking inside control, and they're not being shy about it. They know that they've got the guns. They know that they've got the utility for this. They right now, in terms of firepower, they're very much in an advantage. But I love how cheeky it is, and we're starting it off. Sheer going to take down Ellie with a beautiful shot there from Eagle. Falls also chiming in, takes it down. Does get traded though. On the other side of the map, takes down Zio. Is going to get traded again by Rigro. Just these CTs absolutely swarming the T's right now. Spaz left outside alone. On the flank though, the CT Online Kingdom should not have an inclination that he is coming from outside. Rigro might get caught off guard, and off guard he does get caught. Is now in a 1v3. Kana currently very low right now, so could be taken out quite easily with this Mac 10. Instead is going to be Ruben going down. Spaz left in a 1v2. Was a 1v4, doing really good work right now. Has to find last two CTs to convert this round. Takes down. Connor gets caught out, and the trade is there for Online Kingdom. Sheer there, just ready and waiting to save his teammates. Well, to save the round rather. But that's going to be the tie now, the 1-1 tie for Online Kingdom. So, I mean, that was looking really good for Spaz right now. I mean, he took down 3 players in a 1v4. So, in terms of money right now, they're pretty much set. In stone. They've got the AKs getting ready, going onto the backs of Custom and Spaz, which is where you want those AKs to be. A bit of a hero play coming out right now, and I think we're getting a little bit more default control as we actually have a few players outside.
Yeah, last round, Online Kingdom did a good job to get lobby control. The players pushing B ramp side almost immediately off the get-go on round. And then it was Online Kingdom not putting themselves into tradable positions against Spaz. That looked very dangerous for them towards the end of that round. But at least at the end there, they did get into a trade position where they did frag out the last player of WG, and they pick up their round. As we're going to see them go straight onto B side, they're going to be playing against kind of gets taken down as well. As Ruben managed to get one for himself. Sheer needs to do so much work onto his side, but he gets taken down immediately by Spaz. And now Zio is actually in heaven. And Spaz that could have been a very awkward situation. Spaz was on 19 HP and he had bomb. If he went down there, that would have been the round for Online Kingdom. But Spaz does a good job to get the frag out. Rigwell will be the only one left for his team. He's on an MP9, but not too much of a big deal. He's going to be probably facing it out against Zio for after he gets the initial frag, unless Spaz does a crazy shot. Hey, he pushes towards lobby. Ooh. Good positioning and knowledge from Spaz. Bomb's not out. Zio's going to peek it out. Rigwell does a beautiful job to take off the head. Does he? He has the player. 19 HP. Rigwell chose. No! And Spaz gets the kill. He's on 7 for 1. What did I just witness?
I don't know how that not a single shot from the MP9 that didn't connect to Spaz. I mean, like you said, he was sitting on 19 HP. Literally any stray bullet from the MP9 would have been it. Would have been all she wrote for Spaz, but nonetheless, that unfortunately for Online Kingdom, what looked like a really good round. I mean, you saw Sheer and all of these players doing so much work. Landed up in favor of White Rabbit. I mean, the aim just wasn't there for them this round, and we're going to go into what is very similar to the last round, except the utility and the firepower right now is so in favor of White Rabbit. I mean, sitting with pistols on the side of Online Kingdom, only one rifle to the team's name. They're really forcing into this round. So if they lose this, it's going to be basically a double save right now with not considering the loss bonus right now. But oh, Noff spots out Rigro. Is going to be the initial peek there onto the A site, and that's going to just slightly open it up a little bit more. Still playing this very passively as the smokes do go down. Kana could catch Noff off guard here if he isn't ready for this position. Doesn't pre-fire it just yet. Just awkwardly peeking a little bit. It does well though, so she should have an inclination. But somehow, even though he's walking the corner, tends to take him down. Noff and Zio and Elik doing all the work, opening up the side. Zio does go down there, 2 falls, but 2v4 right now. Ruben already very close in this hut position, not holding it. Oh, the timing is a bit bad though. Ruben takes 2 down with absolutely beautiful shots there from the 5-7. So now 2v2, no guns recovered just yet for Ruben, but that pistol is doing a lot of work right now. Spaz, beautiful headshot there onto Sheer, which was the only rifle. Ruben still going, takes down Spaz, knows exactly what Custom is. It's going to be a pistol on pistol, and Custom takes him down. Again, these rounds are so close. I don't understand how it's getting to these 1v1s when we have an absolute swarm of a team on a site or in a defensive position right now.
Yeah, that looked a bit iffy for both teams that round. But at the end of the day, WRG managed to pick up the round, and now we're going to be seeing a full buyout from them, and just pistols for Online Kingdom. So Online Kingdom are probably going to be gambling towards the position here. They're going to be looking outside. They only spot 1 player up. The rest are in lobby. Ooh, Custom with a shot onto Kana. That'll start it off. And they're going to be heading straight onto A site. We do see Sheer rotating towards lobby side. He's just going to be chilling it out. And I wonder what Online Kingdom are going to do. Did they just burn out Zio? I think his own team. That was his own teammate.
It's again White Rabbit like to do this. You know, it's just a tap, keep you warm through these rounds. But nonetheless, Online Kingdom now with the USP retake right now, 4v5. I mean, it's a save round. There's not much that you can really do in this situation. But if they can manage to get a couple of kills, maybe just make the economy a little bit harder for White Rabbit, maybe you know, actually recover a gun, it would be the best possible situation. Ooh, just Sheer and Ruben left to try and survive this round. Ruben just chasing down one of the White Rabbit players. Still just chasing with 23 HP, and Noff actually gets caught with his knife out, so that's going to be one of the guns actually going down. Nothing recovered really for the side of Online Kingdom, but the full buy should now be able to come through. We do see an AWP for the first time in this map, so I'm interested to see how it's going to change the dynamic of Online Kingdom right now when you have that long range capability.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that we see the AWP coming up on Ruben. I wonder where he's going to be sitting. It seems like just sort of passive outside control. We're going to see maybe Spaz looking out towards that sort of position. But for now, WRG just sort of chilling it out. We're probably going to be seeing an A hit later on into the round. Spaz just looking to get some sort of control. He might face against the AWP on Ruben, which could be very much so in his favor.
Yeah, I mean, right now Ruben's playing it quite passively, sitting in heaven, just watching outside for that cross to secret. Like I said, they're really just giving up outside control. Like you said, it doesn't give the CTs much if they let it go. I mean, as long as you've got the sights, that's what matters, right? So the utilities coming out now for White Rabbit to get this outside control. Looks like they want to maybe do a bit of a B split. I would gather if they do manage to get secret, otherwise they can just easily convert into this A side take. Falls in the smoke right now, has no idea he's extremely close to Zio. Just behind the wall is a White Rabbit terrorist waiting. Oh, Falls takes down 3 from White Rabbit there. Beautiful hole there. Only Custom left and gets caught out, shot in the back, taken down, and that's going to be the second round now for Online Kingdom. Really slow and methodical play there from White Rabbit, but the shots there from Falls was just way too much to deal with.
Yeah, Online Kingdom did a great job to push onto to a lockdown site there, and this is what I was saying, is that there pretty much was no util usage from WRG to push onto site. I mean, we did see the flash out, but that didn't connect at all onto the CT player that was holding behind that vent spot. And it sort of was an easy sort of hold for Online Kingdom. There was no real need for them to do anything different or they weren't pushed out of position at all. Yeah, they just had it easy peasy for themselves, and they picked up their second round. WRG 4-2. Online Kingdom 2 rounds behind as they do head into Secret. Yeah, and it seems like Shea will be on site here. There will be some quick rotations if the calls are made. Oh, Shea could be in such a great position. Spaz, that might have been heard. Shea does take one out, but only manages to get one trade for himself. There which will be a 4v4 retake for Online Kingdom on the CT side. This is gonna be awkward. We see. I think Ruben is there now, pushing into ramp as well. It's gonna be 4 players in ramp. I think this is WRG's round to take. I mean, now they're making a lot of noise. They're gonna be knowing that they are here. They managed to spot out one player. Oh, Alex doing such a great job. Peek it. Custom takes out one for himself. Rigwell quickly gets one for himself. And now this looking all up to Ruben. 79 it is. You're gonna get the shot on. Oh, that was a bit of an awkward situation. Custom pretty much playing with his food at that point. Well,
I mean,
was, yeah.
you know, AWP versus AK, and AK is just rushing you down right now. Bomb is ticking down. Unfortunately for Ruben, just missing a couple of those shots there, but it was an awkward position to begin from. I mean, all of your CTs trying to take a retake from one position, one chokehold, making it really easy for White Rabbit there to take the 5th round. And now Online Kingdom stuck to a save, stuck to basically contest against a full buy there from White Rabbit, with the exception of Elec on the Mac 10. But they can get really aggressive with this if either team decides to. Just taking it a little bit more slowly, which I like from White Rabbit. They should have the inclination that Online Kingdom's on the save, and they're going to be pushing here into this radio position. Elec there to hold it down, takes down Ruben, converts it into a second. Left to deal with the rest of Online Kingdom.
Yeah, Spaz is going to take one out for himself. Quickly traded out. Custom comes on top of that entire battle. And Falls is left with... he has armor as well as AK. He's going to have a couple of util for himself. And this is going to look dangerous for WRG right off the bat, 2v1. But you're going against players like Custom and North. But again, Falls has done a lot of work, and he's going to be looking to just make the rotations out. This is some mind games if I've ever seen any. North and Custom are going to be rotating towards outside. They're going to be heading into what looks like heaven. Falls is going to gamble correctly, and
I mean, he's just creeping on White Rabbit right now, just trying to figure out where he can take this.
Oh my word, no way. It's Custom checking this position, and he does. Falls sprays wildly, hoping for some sort of connection there on the ladder. I think it's the most inaccurate that you can get. I think it's even more inaccurate than jumping up and down.
I mean, just hoping he gets ready. That molly! That molly could have just easily taken out both of the White Rabbit players. I mean, they were both just sitting in it with such low HP. I mean, with Custom finally going down to it, that was such a weird situation to be in. I mean, like you said, the timing there, just getting caught on the ladder, left to, well, spray for your life right now, because there's nothing else you can do. You can't drop down. You're just gonna die. Gotta take this round. So unfortunately for Falls there, the timing just wasn't working out. But still, nonetheless, I mean, that was a save round now for Online Kingdom. So the money's looking really good. White Rabbit being a little bit more aggressive, taking this door position right now, peeking out already, taking Rigro down to 34 HP. Rigro and Online Kingdom, they have the money, they have the utility, so the aggressive plays here are going to be expected a little bit more. 4 players still very passive, literally no outside control whatsoever, and only 1 player towards B ramp, which can be easily basically overridden if White Rabbit decides to just rush that B ramp position. So Sheer has to do a lot of work if he wants to be holding down this B site, as they do seem to just be itching forward, trying to look for a peak, trying to look for a crack in the defense of Online Kingdom right now, at the moment.
Online Kingdom actually, well, WRG actually completely faked out that that outside area as they head towards B ramp. They're gonna be dropping down very quickly. There's only gonna be one player outside. Is Sheer spotted out before he gets a frag? No, Sheer gets himself double kill. So that's gonna put Online Kingdom at least a better point. Ooh, this could be dangerous. Narf is gonna be holding that position. The door's gonna open. Ooh.
Unfortunate there for Rigro, but I mean, he had 3 terrorists watching his position there, ready and waiting. Ooh, Honor just tapping at the feet there of Custom, doing a bit of chip damage there. Oh, falls, takes down Custom with a beautiful headshot there. Spots out Spaz. Spaz taken down ultimately by Falls from that ramp position. A 2k for him, and that's going to be the defuse in the 3rd round for Online Kingdom. Again, we were talking about how Online Kingdom are literally stacking most of their defense towards A side, literally just sheer on that ramp position, but they're falling back so beautifully, and they're falling and changing up their resources very quickly. I mean, Ruben was the first entry onto I guess B ramp that White Rabbit saw, so they had no real they had no inclination that, oh, there's another CT just sitting and waiting here, because we got into B ramp so easily. So Online Kingdom doing a really good job of shifting around their CTs to really defend that bomb site as well as they can with the numbers that they have.
Yeah, no, it was quite interesting as the WRG player that was being sprayed through the upstairs section there on B side actually pushed him out of position, and then Online Kingdom, the one player there, he peeked out, and the player was completely out of position, and that was a quick frag. That was actually quite interesting. You don't see that that sort of play that often. And WRG now just going to be looking for some sort of control with Custom and Spaz. Spaz is going to be doing his usual thing of just lurking it out. They're going to be faking outside again. I don't think Online Kingdom are going to react too much to that. I mean, they do have kind of all the way, I think that's towards Heaven, that he's sitting out. He's going to be looking just underneath Heaven.
Ooh, the flash! Just completely takes Sheer's ability out of the game. XT Khan actually pushed around, takes down 3, nearly converts it into a 4th. Eventually does get traded, falls on the other side, does take down Spaz. So just Elec left now in a 1v3. That Nade just sitting and waiting for him in Heaven. They know exactly where he is. The flash is going to go through, just trying to get another piece there. He has the bomb on his back, just needs to get a sight down, but is going to get pushed from this round position by Sheer, the B-bomb defender, and takes him down for the 4th round for Online Kingdom. This is a lot closer than I'm expecting. These rounds, whether they be saves or full buys, are coming down to these 1v1s constantly from both teams.
Yeah, I mean, now we do see WRG do lose around to Online Kingdoms. WRG still up 6-4. They're still going to be confident. 6 rounds on the T side. Do you think that's enough for them if they end up losing the next 5?
Look, it's a relatively fun time to see White Rabbit play on the CT side, so I don't think it's impossible, but they definitely want to get 1 or 2 more rounds on their side. Ruben already starting it off, taking down Narf. I mean, they're on pistol rounds right now, so White Rabbits are not really in the best defensive position right now. No armor to their name, just pure Glocks, not even a piece of utility, and they gonna have to do this Glock takes on 2, nearly converted it to the 3rd and the 4th. Beautiful spray transfer there. I mean, it's a couple of safe frags there, but you love to see it.
Yeah, it was a good spray down. I don't think WRG are going to be too upset about that. I mean, they were sitting with Glocks. So this is all up to WRG now. I mean, we could see them take up a 7th round if they manage to take 2 in a row. It's going to put Online Kingdom in a very bad spot to start the 2nd half.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to make it very difficult for Online Kingdom. So both teams right now need to try and get as many rounds as they possibly can going into this next half. Just Deagles and Scouts to the name of White Rabbit. Doing a bit of chip damage there, not really much to win the round there. Ooh, nice little shot there from Spaz, takes down Connor to 31 HP. Narf also taking down Rigro there. I'm not sure why he was caught out in position, playing a little bit too aggressive there when you're going against pistols, which Online Kingdom should know that White Rabbit's economy isn't looking too great. Ooh, just Deagles and armor.
Yeah, this is gonna look dangerous for Online Kingdom. I mean, Kana's down to 31 HP. They man down as well. So this is very quickly going to spiral out of control for Online Kingdom. If I think WRG managed to get the second frag out, and is he gonna peek it? No, Kana gets the frag onto Spaz. Also
Oh,
falls, gets a beautiful peek. No util needed, nothing at all. He just wide peeks out and takes the head off of the WRG player. But look at that, bombs ready in towards B site. That's quite interesting. The other two WRG players are not really doing that much. I wonder if they're waiting for Zio to get control. Ooh, there we go. Zio plants bomb. He will have at least a little bit of control for the while as his teammates now support him towards B site. Oh, is he gonna drop down? Falls, gets taken out by Elec, and all of a sudden, this is an awkward situation. All three players are rushing ramp, and now they have so much control. Oh, Elec himself gets taken out. There's only one left. He'll take out one. Oh, did he get the headshot onto Kana? I think he did. But not managing to take out that frag, and what a correct retake from Online Kingdom. Well, they just rushed through like nobody's business, and that'll be a quick round for them. 66, managing to tie it up for the first time since we saw that 1-1 scoreboard.
I mean, Online Kingdom are really getting a little bit of momentum on their side. You can see the shots are just hitting. The locks are crispy today, and that's what we want. So right now, Online Kingdom really have the momentum on their side. They're feeling good. The rounds that they are winning are pretty great. I mean, you're talking about save rounds. They somehow managed to convert into rounds that they actually take away. Ruben completely blinded right now on this A side. Has no idea how many terrorists he was looking at. Is just peeking through the molly. They're taking a page out of White Rabbit's page, not caring about a molly. Ele gonna take Sheer down there. Sheer being a little bit more aggressive onto this B ramp side, trying to take a bit more control than they have been previously. Not gonna be working out really, so White Rabbit can actually now edge towards this outside position and take a B split if they wanted to, or just full-on rush this A side right now. They have the one kill onto the B ramp, so we're going to see what's going to be going down right now on the outside, how much contention they get, which will probably decide where they're going to end up going. We do see the 3 smokes going down, should be an easy cross to Secret, but Rigro is sitting here with the AWP. Is going to peek at the right time, taking down Spaz. Custom trying to get the trade there, but Rigro just playing with his food right now, just barely peeking out a Secret, just saying, hey, I'm still here, but you know, you're not going to get me. Pulls Dak down to Secret onto this B-bomb site, and now White Rabbit into a position where they have to take a site. Falls with a beautiful straight sponsor, takes down the last remaining White Rabbit players. 3K for the man. Beautifully played there, beautiful hold. I mean, just really good CT side hold there from Online Kingdom.
Yeah, we saw WRG take outside control, but then once, well, Kana, I think he got a frag outside as well. But as soon as the Fours was there sitting towards Secret side, they either needed to flush him out or rotate towards A sites. And seeing as though Online Kingdom had so much control towards outside as well as ramp, I think there were 3 on site, and they managed to get the 1 player. Oh no, there were 2 on site, if I'm correct. And now Ruben doing a lot of work as well. Quickly gets traded out by Custom. She's going to be on all alone, trying to hold down, delay these guys. Finds the head of one of the players through the little sheet metal there. They're going to rotate back out. They don't want to play against Sheer. Oh, Falls does so much work round after round after round. He gets himself as well as Regua. He drops down enough, and now all of a sudden it becomes a 2-on-4. Couple of seconds ago, it was looking pretty good for WRG. They had a lot of control. Everything was going great for them. Now, all of a sudden, they're sort of going to go into that sort of panic mode.
I mean, a 4v2 retake, you got to hold the sights against the 4 CTs from Online Kingdom who are already in waiting for this retake. That nade is going to take down Falls to 30 HP. So not a lot of HP in terms of them. Khan is still sitting in the vents trying to do the sneaky play. The flash is going through. Spaz getting taken out there by Regro. Nice shot there. And Custom, unbeknownst to him, there was a sheer lurking in the back end of ladder, and that's going to take him down and going to be the 8th round for Online Kingdom. Really not going the way that we were expecting, with White Rabbit taking the gamble on the T side, unless that is the side that they are most comfortable on. Whether they're going to be using this TT side to catch up the rounds that they're losing, they're still looking pretty good going into this next half. Whether it's going to be an 8-7 or a 9-6 half, we should be seeing White Rabbit and Online Kingdom still duking it out in the second half, pretty evenly matched, with Online Kingdom just etching forward towards that win.
Yeah, Online Kingdom are definitely going to want to take this to 9-6. It's going to get very awkward for them if WRG actually manage to pick up this round. I'm surprised that we haven't seen more of WRG playing as a team and their util, like a surprise, like good util usage, good team util. I'm surprised we haven't seen too much of that. We just sort of seen the defaults on their map pick. We haven't seen like much come out from them, and it's kind of weird to see that. I mean, they did pick it. Maybe they picked it into Online Kingdom instead of being like one of their strongest maps. Maybe they knew that Online Kingdom wasn't going to be able to deal with this map as well as WRG can.
I mean, on the retake right now, you've got 2 orbs on Online Kingdom's backs right now, and 3 players coming from ramp, with only one of the players rotating around from the flank. Against the 5 terrorist Falls on the site, Falls just spots out, who was that? Elec there, getting taken down as well. 3v4 now. Oh, the mollies are just absolutely everywhere. Custom left in a position right now to hold down Falls, who's hunting him down. Falls left on a 1v2, is going to instead try and rotate around, takes down Zio, taps down Custom to 12 HP, and they're both just going to blow up with the bomb. A bit of an awkward take there, as we finish off the half, which will be an 8-7 half, so really evenly matched for both teams right now. And yeah, whether or not White Rabbit chose this because they thought that, you know, Online Kingdom wouldn't be able to keep up. Regardless, Online Kingdom leading with the 1 round advantage. So it's gonna depend on what they have in store for them on this T side, whether White Rabbit will be taking this map pick as their first win.
Yeah, no, Online Kingdom are ahead by 1 point, but how long does that last? WRG now moving on to the CT side. They're gonna have, I think, at least a good time on the side. It was a bit of a weird last round from Online Kingdom when we saw their retake util usage was very much so questionable.
Yeah. Just kind of everywhere.
Yeah, it was just sort of
mollies and flashes and smokes in places I wasn't able to keep up with, and everything just kind of fell down within 10 seconds of the round of the retake.
So we just got some information. This is unfortunate. All the people that are watching from South Africa, everybody will know. Everybody got that notification on their phone. Anybody that like looks at the news, it's the first thing that came up. Eskom is back with load shedding, and WRG drop a player because of that. Sorry, that was Online Kingdom that actually dropped a player. Excuse me. And they're going to be replacing him. So we're just going to be waiting out. We're just going to be chilling it out until then. And we hope to see Online Kingdom bringing it back. This is so unfortunate. This was such a good game until that we've seen so far. And they're going to be getting a... I wonder who's going to be subbing. I wonder who's going to be subbing for them. It's going to be quite interesting to see who their sub is. I can't remember at the moment, but
so,
yeah, that's going to be resuming
Titan
shortly.
And Shadow Norm listed as subs, so we should be seeing one of the two. But I mean, if you're talking about a time to have a player drop, I guess halftime is as good as it could get. It's still unfortunate regardless. You don't want one of your players dropping in the midst of a game, especially a BO3 that has just started on the first map, and now one of your players has to drop. So it's unfortunate, but on the bright side, in terms of economy, at least it's not the worst if he's starting out on, you know, the halftime with the same money as the rest of his team.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? We're in South Africa. We're gonna have load shedding. Players are gonna drop throughout the series. And
It's Murphy's Law that it happens in the middle of a game.
yeah, and I mean well, these players have been playing since the beginning of the morning, sort of around that 11 a.m. mark. You were saying, so I mean it's fairly alright for them to drop at least once during this matchup,
It's
but it's
also
unfortunate that it happens in the grand final.
yeah, and you're mentioning now like these players have been playing since 10 o'clock. They're very warmed up. You can't expect your sub to have been sitting and warming up for the last 3 hours, ready and waiting in case, unless it was a planned situation, but ready in case that just one of your players drops because of ESCOM's
That's
decided schedules.
That's exactly what I expect my sub to be doing. Is if we're playing a 9-hour series, I want him in aimbots for the map of aimbots
That's if you're
on that map.
expecting. That's
For
if you're expecting your power to drop. But if this is a case of just a sudden surprise, hey, guess what? You're suddenly on the schedule today, even though you weren't. Then it's gonna be an unfortunate. Like you can't have prepared that if you're not known that that is the situation that you're going to be running into. But it is hoped naturally that their sub has been at least sitting and warming up and ready to take on White Rabbit right now. If that is not the case, though, then we just saw two players disconnecting. Might just be getting ready with technical difficulties. If that's not the case, though, that your replacement is ready and waiting to take on some White Rabbits, it's going to be difficult.
yeah, and within saying that it's gonna be pretty difficult for Online Kingdom, as is already. I wonder if WRG knew that on the second half they would be putting in a sub for Online Kingdom, so that's why they decided to go. I don't think that was that much of a five brain
That
idea.
would be some next level IQ if that was the case. Go and stalk your ESCOM schedules. This player is going to drop here, and then we do this, and then as long as we're on CT side, it'll be great.
Yeah, but this all now works in WRG's favor. They're going to be running onto the CT side now. After halftime, the score is they're 1 point behind, but so what, right? They're going to be so confident on the CT side, and I think we're going to see some excellent play from them. I think Online Kingdom are going to have a rough time, getting their momentum going. I mean, if they manage to get the first few rounds and then the first buy round, we could be looking at a pretty dangerous scoreboard for Online Kingdom against WRG. But I don't think it's going to be that much of a that. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think WRG are going to bring this back pretty swiftly, and will probably take the win for the series. So it seems like we just got a little bit of information from our production director. We're gonna have to rehost. The lobby, and to get the other players back in. So everything's just gonna reset. We're gonna go back to exactly the same scoreboard. The map is not going to reset. We're gonna jump into another server with all of the players exactly the same, and the scoreboard's still gonna sit at 8-7 to Online Kingdom.
Oh, while we've got the current scores that we do have, we could talk a little bit about the players that have really been making this matchup very different to what we were expecting. So, firstly, on the side of Online Kingdom, while we have him currently sitting on 17 for 8, really doing a lot of work for the side of Online Kingdom, doing so much absolutely just amazing defensive holds right now on whatever side he's left to hold. So between him and all of the players just getting those peaks in left, right, and center, it's becoming really difficult for White Rabbit. But also on the side of White Rabbit, I mean, you've got players that are just absolutely dominating in what they're doing. The shots, coming out from Zio and Spaz and Custom specifically, is really is really incredible to see. So I'm interested to see what these replacements are going to be going up against.
So just a little bit of just a little bit of what these teams are playing for. Well, both of them are in the grand final, which means they run through and they make it through the last chance qualifiers for the UMZANSI League. And anybody that doesn't know what that means that these teams are going to be battling it out for a R1 million prize pool between 4 titles 4 titles along 2 seasons. So with there's going to be a million rand split between about 4 or 5 months. That's some big money. At least every single team. I mean, we saw ATK, Goliath, Energy,
DMNK.
yeah, DNMK. They're going to be going along the likes of those teams in that caliber. And I think it's going to be some great Counter-Strike to watch. That is what you want to be part of. That you want to be facing against them on a weekly basis, right? So that's all good competition, and the only way you're going to get better is if you play against those top teams, right? And we do hear we're talking about those top teams. We do actually hear the likes of the ATK team sort of planning to move over to NA. There's no sort of like confirmed date or what's busy happening about that, but there's just been like murmurs about them wanting to enter into NA, enter into that scene. I mean, but that's sort of what we want to do, right? Is we want to get our teams up to the caliber where they can compete at an international level alongside JT and Sonic, who are now playing for C9, and we want our players, our South African players, to be able to match up against those teams, to play against at least starting off in the NA, maybe in the Mountain Dew League, the second tier. I can't remember. I think it's a Premier, the Mountain Dew League. I think it's their Premier teams there.
MDL.
Yeah, MDL. They're I think wanting to play against there and the thirst to play against those teams is the goal. And then
Yeah, I
moving
mean,
forward,
ultimately, that's the only way that you're going to get better. And is if you expose yourself to those kind of players, you need to expose yourself to those kind of teams that have been playing in a certain style that is so unbeknownst to you that you're forced into adapting. We were talking about how the South African scene is quite small, so because of that, I mean, you play against the same sort of players every single time. You play against not the same sort of rosters, but necessarily the same players, the play styles, the individuals. You know what they're sort of going to do towards a certain point, and there's the only way that that can really expand and that can really just evolve into something that just keeps getting better and better is if you expose them to a different kind of playstyle, to a different kind of setting, different teams, and that's really where playing in different countries like the NA, EU, against people who have so many different hours in such a different style of CS. I mean, it's all structured CS nonetheless, but it's a different style of it. It's the NA groups of teams do certain things that are common to them, and the sort of form and norm to them to molly there, smoke there, go there, whereas we will do smoke there, molly there, flash there, and then go, and that changes it up, and you get into that sort of habit of doing that same sort of ritual every single round, whereas if you expose them and you expand sort of their horizons, it really forces the individuals to sort of grow into something that they weren't able to grow before then. So any sort of expansion into other countries and into other sort of areas of playstyle is really gonna set teams apart.
yeah, and I think that's like we were saying, that's pretty much the goal of all of this. And you talking about how do we, well, at least not necessarily, well, yeah, how do we expand the South African scene, and like how do we get them to play against different talent? And I think what UMZANSI is going to do is it's putting a big prize pool, pretty much a big enough prize pool to where it can be sustainable to somebody to play Counter Strike full time. I mean, we see quite a few players alongside ATK, Goliath, a couple of the dynamic players. This is them, right? I mean, that's where you want to be. You want to be able to play Counter Strike as a full time job. I mean, I don't think any of these players just play it, just like a pastime. None of these players want to do that. All of them, this is their passion. They
Mm.
want to be the best. And how do you become the best? You do it full time. It should be your job. You should be sitting down 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours playing Counter-Strike and getting better at every single opportunity that you're able to. And I think the prize pool that UMZANSI League, and I hope a lot of organizers in South Africa, or any organizers that want to expand to South Africa, take a book out, or a page out of the UMZANSI League, not by Nodwin Gaming. It takes a page out of their book and says, "Hey guys, if you want to be able to do it, want to be part of our our league, and we with our prize pool that we're busy giving out, so you guys can sustain yourself and make it a job. And that obviously also benefits orgs wanting to put down the money, because I mean, at the end of the day, right, the orgs benefit from getting a portion of a portion of whatever the teams win, and they want their teams to come first, so they need to pump money into it as well. So it's all full circle, you know.
And especially like with an organization like Nodwin expanding into South Africa, that really opens up a lot of doors. You know, coming from India, where the organization wasn't originally founded, that expansion is exactly the kind of neat things that needs to happen in countries like South Africa. The server is getting up and started. Like we mentioned, the sub that could be joining online would be Titan in this case. So it's always just a fun situation where you just get thrown into halftime and a BO3 first map. And I'm like, cool, this is the score. We have to win. We're 1 point ahead. We need to continue this winning streak. Going against White Rabbit now, sitting on the CT side, it's a tough time nonetheless, and it's really unfortunate for Online Kingdom, but it is what it is, and we just have to do it. Like mentioned, these players are playing. They're putting so much time and hours into this game. They really are becoming the professionals in their specific field, and the only way that they can do that is they keep playing against teams that are just dominating right now in the scene, South African scene specifically, and then further on towards that. As we are getting ready, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your patience. We are getting towards what should be the second half of the first map of this grand final. For, you know, like I said, both of these teams already are in the grand final. They already have their spots. This is just to finish it out and to really make it official. And I'm curious to see how White Rabbit are going to be setting up their first round, how they're going to be getting ready to hold off this defense against Online Kingdom. It's only one player difference, but that one player could make a complete change in terms of the dynamic of that roster. And I'm curious to see what Online Kingdom are going to be bringing out, or what they have in store.
Yeah, no, I think Online Kingdom are definitely going to have to bring something special and something incredible to the table on the T side. I think this is going to be quite a hard battle for them, and I think WRG are very prepared for this. I mean, I said it would be cool if they picked T side and showed us 7, 8, 9 rounds on the T side, and they did exactly that. That's some confident player if I've ever seen. Yeah, they're going to be going onto the CT side with 7 rounds. Only 8 rounds. Only 8 rounds to go until they get to match point. And WRG are definitely, I think, going to be the favored to win this matchup. And then obviously, map 2, we're going to be going onto Inferno. That was Online Kingdom's pick, and then the decider being Overpass, which I think favors WRG in the long run. So if Online Kingdom are going to win the series, just my prediction, they're going to have to take this as a 2-0. I mean, they are 1 round ahead at the moment, so.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty tough time. It's always just interesting to see how the teams actually favor on their actual map picks, because, you know, a lot of things can happen in the vetoes, you know, whether you're picking the map for yourself because this is the map that you've been training for and you're ready for, or whether you're picking this map because you're like, I know how you guys play on this side. I want you to be at a disadvantage. It's just, with the recent streams that I've been watching, it's always just so funny how the team's map pick always ends up being their first loss. Usually, which has been the recent just sort of statistic that's been happening in Counter-Strike globally. So I would enjoy just seeing for once that a team who picked a certain map actually does win their certain map and then continues that on, hopefully, to what we will be seeing a decider and Overpass if Online Kingdom can convert this, regardless of the technical difficulties that they've been having. You know, throw that mental state aside and just focus on this game. Very aggressive play coming through here. Khan already through squeaky door. Solo goes down the vent, so already one Terror is down the vents already, waiting for his team as this push outside does happen. Oh, White Rabbit just sitting on site. Oh, Alec getting dinked down to 3 HP from outside of these bomb sites right now, and Online Kingdom almost completely encompassing this big bomb site. The rotates are coming in. Custom taking 2 down, tapping away at the 3rd, eventually getting the kill through the smoke, just barely missing shots onto falls, not connecting anything just yet. But nonetheless, a 5v2 retake, well, what I would consider a 4.1 retake, as Oleg is on 3 HP and is going to get spotted out by Connor. forsaken down. Falls just unable to take the last remaining players down, leaving Connor in a 1v3. Bomb getting tapped away. No defuse being held as of yet. Narf going to take it down, and that's going to be the first round of this half going to White Rabbit. So tying it out again. I mean, the dink there from the clocks outside onto Heaven was a nice way to start it, but Online Kingdom unfortunately just wasn't able to convert. I mean, you have players like Custom just sitting on site hiding. We were talking about how he's so good at anchoring, and he was just hiding behind Silo, taking 3 down with him, nearly converting it into a 4th, which would have been the bomb planter. So really, really well played there by Custom.
Yeah, like I was saying a little bit earlier, he uses the site to his advantage. He'll make sure that he's not dropped down right off the beginning and giving the CTs an advantage. As we do now see, oh, Spaz takes out Ruben to start with. I don't know how Titan is still alive. He finally goes down to Spaz. The util usage from WRG coming in clutch, the mollies, the flashes, everybody being blind. Kind of finally get some sort of value out of that crazy push. They push back into lobby now. They lost 3 men
completely
onto
blind.
That side.
By the way, I don't think Online Kingdom saw anyone there. They were just fully blind the entire time they were on A site. Ooh, Rickro did get a sound cue there, so should have the pre-fire on lockdown. Takes down Spaz as the smoke is just etching away. Bomb actually dropped on A site right now, which really makes it difficult for Online Kingdom as they need to recover the bomb site from the 3 counter-terrorists from White Rabbit just holding it side. Actually, I'm incorrect. Custom still on the B side, just holding it down. So it looks like they're going to try wrap into ladder now just to catch White Rabbit off guard here. 2 players in the 7th position right now could actually just finish it off. As is Elec spots out the feet of Rugro. Kana taking him down. 2v2 right now. Zio still holding again. This awkward ladder spray actually in favor of Rigro this time. Custom left in a 1v2. Ooh, has got the positioning. Came up from vents now. Flash in, just peeks away. Still have to recover the bomb with 14 seconds on the clock. All up to Custom right now. Oh, the timing. If he's peeked out there, does take down Connor. Bomb has to go down right now. And Rigro on 12 HP against Custom. FAMAS versus FAMAS. But the HP is not looking too good. Just jumping around, making all sorts of noise on the A side there, trying to spot out Custom. Would have spotted his head there. Oh, the crouch peek is just not going to work out for him. Custom going to clutch it out for the 9th round there. These rounds are really, really getting close. 1v1s, 2v1s.
I think that was a lot closer than what WRG would have imagined. I mean, they were so far ahead right off the beginning of the round, taking 3 players out on A site, and then it comes down to a 1v1 at the end. Both players low HP. That was way closer than it needed to be for WRG.
I wish I was watching Rigro while he was spraying with the MP9 on the ladder. How he managed to take down Zio, I have no idea. But it worked out in his favor, and again, it's kills like that that are really making these rounds so unexpected. Zio actually very aggressive, already in secret. Not sure if Ruben saw him with the flash being there. Spaz holding the cross there. Ruben did spot out Zio, takes him down through what I believe was the smoke. Not sure why it didn't show up there. Might have just peeked out there. But already 1 player down on the pistol round right now for Online Kingdom. Managed to recover Galil, but Custom with the ace within literally 5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly that. That was he was just sort of sitting there towards the back of outside.
Sneaky, very sneaky.
And they just looked lost. The Online Kingdom just didn't know where those shots were coming from, and then he pretty much didn't need to move his crosshair because all of them just sort of walked.
Tap.
All of them just walked into the exact same position, and he just held down left click and then got 5 frags. So yeah, that's definitely gonna hit the highlight reels from Custom.
I mean, it was a save nonetheless for Online Kingdom. So right now on the full buy, full AKs against what is a bit of a mixed match for White Rabbit. He got an MP9 and a FAMAS, but the utility is there to make up for that firepower lost. Alex sitting really close to the squeaky door, might catch Kana off guard if he's not careful there. Just a couple of utility right now. Very slow from Online Kingdom, just trying to get some control. They haven't really managed to take anything from the outside or this ramp position right now because they fully committed to this outside control now. And White Rabbit actually being a lot more aggressive than what Online Kingdom was on the CT side, actually focusing on outside control instead of just holding those inside positions. Now, all of this utility we were talking about that you need to take outside control is going to go out. Smoke's going through mollies and flashes all the way through. And Molly actually going to just force Zio into a weird position there. Ooh, just barely etching on the side of that molly.
Yeah, he's gonna be alright. He's just gonna chill it out. It works so well. Zio only manages to get one from that. Luckily enough, Titan was looking there. That'll get faded out. 4v4. Ooh, that's a beautiful double shot. Rig kind of gets himself one. This is looking dangerous for Online Kingdom.
These MP9s are just doing so much work, much more than they're expected to. And now just the take, Alex still on site, still doing so much work. The MP9, Kana, beautiful take on his custom, has to find Alex, takes him down. Spaz left in the 1v1 from what was a 1v3, but the time is just not there.
I think, I don't know if he had bomb, but I definitely think that he had enough time to plant.
I think it's just with Alec running around on the railings there, he had to put so much time into finding him. With the clock just being slightly behind, time just ran out way too quickly.
Yeah, no, like I was saying, WRG picked up their 4th round in a row, the only 4 rounds of the second half. Online Kingdom really need to try and pick up their game a little bit more to sort of give WRG any sort of competition. Narf is sitting there looking, he's in heaven. He's going to be looking out towards A side, and he's got his buddy Alec right next to him. He'll be looking outside as well. Rig's done such a good job to get this control on outside. He's going to make sure that nobody rotates at him. Ooh, Zio. Does he get the nade?
Yes! Somehow doesn't take out the terrorist, sitting literally on top of the nade with all the damage that he's done. But enough damage has been done, so it still puts it on a 3v3 now, which can go either way. I mean, Online Kingdom have this control, but Alec, with the timing, takes out Falls. No bomb has been dropped just yet, as I believe Titan is just sitting there with the bomb and the AK, a little bit terrified right now of what these CTs are up to. Alec still itching very forward. Oh, sorry, Spaz itching forward. Regro taking down Alec in his back, so Spaz in an awkward position. 2 players looking for him. His head gets taken off there by Titan, and now they are able to go pretty much anywhere that they want to. Custom left in a guessing game to figure out where they're going to be going. I seem to be having a sense of deja vu, as Custom again left in a 1v2 with both of the CTs going down from heaven position, getting the bomb down, edging closer, so to deal with. Takes down Titan, only Regro left.
100%. Custom's in a good position now. He knows exactly where Rig is. He gets the double, almost triple dink off onto Rig. Takes him out through the wall there. Rig, I don't think, just didn't react at all to that. Custom,
it could have just, yeah, I don't know. It could have just been an awkward position there in terms of the view from the railings up there. But I think Custom has just been so quickly one-tappable these days that he's just taking head left, right, and center.
I mean, Custom is busy sitting at 27 for 12. What? He's playing out of his mind.
He literally got an ace like 2 rounds ago. What do you expect? He's really putting in so much work. I did say that he was the man to watch for White Rabbit, and he's proving my point beautifully right now. 3 more kills, and he's got his 30 bomb for this first map.
Yeah, Online Kingdom just trying to do something a little bit different. Maybe they need to take more outside control and then wrap like a ramp through CT spawn from outside, and then try and take B side from there. Maybe sit a player in secret to wrap around ramp and then do a play like that. Because right now what they're doing round after round after round is not working for them. And I would like to see, like I was saying earlier, just a little bit more pauses from these teams, just to calm themselves down, chat about what's happening, just to talk a little bit more about what they can do, what they can change differently, and And I'd like to see that more from them, because at the moment, Online Kingdom are sort of just steamrolling themselves into a loss.
Ooh, Rigoro's taking the head off of Zio there on that outside position. Like we said, he's been very aggressive towards that secret. And now this 3-2 split that was initially set by White Rabbit is falling apart there as we have 3 players towards the B-bomb side. So A is looking pretty open right now. If if Online Kingdom decided they could have an easy time trying to take A side here, Alec nearly shooting his friend there. It's okay. It is very confusing sounds on this map. Now left to defend against Online Kingdom that do seem to be going towards a site. Narf did spot out Titan there. Custom taking down Falls, and Kana, beautiful spray, takes down Custom but gets traded immediately by Elec. And Ruben taken down there by Spaz. Beautiful hold there by White Rabbit, which was really not looking towards their favor, but Online Kingdom just getting caught out one by one, going against every single time at least 2 players by White Rabbit, all getting flanked from behind. So as a team right now, they're really playing very well off of each other.
Yeah, Online Kingdom not really giving themselves any space to trade out kills. I feel like they're a lot of their individual. They're trying to make it a very individual game, and it's not working out for them. Again, I was saying that they really do need to try and change up something in their pace, maybe. I mean, they did manage to get bomb site there, but only 2 players were down once bomb was plotted, so they were still, I think it was a 3-on-3 retake.
Basically, it would have been, since they did get those initial peaks, but regardless of the numbers, I think Online Kingdom are just losing to the firepower from White Rabbit right now. I mean, White Rabbit are hitting their shots, and you can't be fighting 1v1 and losing your 1v1s and expecting to win with absolutely no trades. It's not gonna, the numbers just don't make sense. So right now, Online Kingdom just taking a bit of a default at the moment, just waiting to see where they can find a crack in White Rabbit's defense, just open up a site to get this bomb down. Elec has been taken down in the meantime, just 267 HP. Same with Narf, just a little bit of chip damage. Ruben on the other hand with 50 HP. So utility, firepower, they're as even as they really can be. And with this 4-man stack towards ramp, Online Zio does get spotted out. Nice shot there from Titan, but converted by Narf. Takes down 2 with him. Eventually gets traded by Falls. Rigro on the other side of the map takes down Elec. So a 3v2 now. Looking pretty good for Online Kingdom. Bomb should be going down. And now the retake is on. Both of the CT players actually on B sites. So it's a bit of a journey to take this retake, but they would be in pretty good positions. Money not looking too great, so it should be that White Rabbit are going to be etching towards a bit of an exit strategy right now. Woo, Spaz just barely missing Rigro, timing at its finest. Oh, does get dinked by his teammates, so the call is there. Rigro down to 15 HP, needs to get off site right now if he's going to survive this bomb plant, but might actually get caught off guard as Spaz is waiting for him. Again, the timing, Spaz just looking away at the wrong time. But she's able to catch 2 players here. The sprays in the bomb plant disorientates him a little bit there. He's just trying to save this AK, just barely. I feel like that round was just by a hair difference. It could have turned out completely differently.
Well, that was a bit of an awkward ending there for Spaz, but he manages to come out of it pretty safely. He'll buy his teammate up a weapon, and within saying that the economy from both sides are looking pretty terrible. Either of these teams losing up a round will cost them pretty dearly, as Online Kingdom managed to take their first round of the second half. YWRG up 13 to Online Kingdom's 9.
Yeah, no, it's been a hard-fought battle for Online Kingdom just to get this 9th round right now. And we've got 4 Online Kingdom terrorists just sitting outside, trying to take this outside control. Smokes are down. They're etching towards this B split with just 1 player holding this flank from A. So already down secret, they can take it. We already have a few players rotating around from White Rabbit, trying to hold this B bomb side and defend it. Rotates coming through around. We do already have a couple of the White Rabbit players sitting on the B-bomb side waiting for this take. As the White Rabbit terrorists get ready, Custom taking down Titan. Rigro is going to get the trade onto Zio. So numbers still looking pretty even. just very slow right now, methodical from both teams, just trying to edge towards sides. I think the Online Kingdom have given White Rabbit too much time, as already 2 players are here and ready for the retake. Still 2 towards A side, so with the bomb plant going down, Alec taking down Rigro, that should be the trigger that you need to rotate onto this bomb side and take this retake. Falls just flanking around, might actually catch Custom off guard, sitting on 15 HP as he takes down Ruben. Oh, taken down, unfortunately, and Falls is peeking. He wants more. He's left in a 1v2 now. As the bomb is getting planted, he is sticking it, he is holding it, has to let go as his teammate goes down. Spaz left in the 1v1, Falls in the position. The molly is going to go down. Unfortunately, the Olaf Meister play is not going to win him the round. Time is ticking. I don't think he has it. Too much damage, and Falls is going to finish it off.
Yeah, that was pretty much a burn and die, or die from the explosion. So he just took the burn. He took the L. He did give a little bit more money though to Online Kingdom, so a bit of a weird decision to make. But they managed to get another round up. Online Kingdom need to do work with this steamroll a little bit more. As WRG are now forced to save up only a P250 and a Deagle for them. I think we might see an aggressive play. All of them stacking towards that A site. My goodness, this could get dangerous. The barrage of USPSs looks like it is about to... Oh, they decide not to go.
As soon as you get excited, they just decide to deny you that chance.
But now Zero gets taken down, kind of gets himself 2, makes that 3. Ruben and Force also get a piece of the pie. That will be a quick round. Seemed like WRG didn't want to take that round for too long, and they quickly Online Kingdom managed to get another round. All of these rounds, that's every single round that they take is so important right now for them at the moment. You don't want to be playing against the 14 or 15 if WRG manage to get a couple of rounds in a row, you know?
No, absolutely.
They want to be playing it against the 13 mark that they're sitting at now. 13 rounds to WRG. They want to try and tie it up and then get more rounds from there. Ooh, Zero gets a beautiful headshot onto Titan. Rig also goes down. They didn't check the red container for the position there at all. You can see he just went down swiftly. And now all of a sudden, Online Kingdom are not looking too hot.
Flash for pretty much majority of the round, and unfortunately not checking these angles. Zio also just doing a little bit of chip damage there. 3v5 looking very dangerous for Online Kingdom, as White Rabbit could actually convert into their 14th round if they're careful, that is. Still on pistols and the coming out. Spaz peeking around the corner, takes down Ruben, does get traded there by Falls. Oh, just barely drops into them, and this bomb going down. Take it, well, not on the side, but pretty much right next to the side. Custom already watching from side. So scout headshot. Zia also chiming in, taking down Kana and finishing off the round. As I said, that 14th round now for White Rabbit. Every round is just edging closer and closer to the win for either team, really, as it's about a 3-round difference. White Rabbit seems to just be taking advantage of the fact of Online Kingdom's technical difficulties, and it's really working in their favor. But Custom officially hit that 3-1 bomb in this matchup. He's
been doing an absolutely amazing job. I mean, Spaz has also been doing quite a lot of work round after round after round, sort of between them two. They're definitely the impact players, but obviously Custom way ahead of everybody else at the moment. And then from the side of Online Kingdom, it's nice to see Titan doing some sort of work. Kana's also 23 for 19, 1.21 KD. So he's been doing a lot of work for his team. A lot of the rounds that Online Kingdom take, they have somehow he's made some sort of impact into winning the round. Or a pretty large impact. Ooh. And now we see Zio just catching Titan off guard there. There was no player watching towards B ramp, and he was holding towards A. It was a bit of a weird decision from Titan. He gets taken down pretty quickly.
A bit of miscommunication, but he completely has his back open to ramp. No smoke, no utility, not even a friend just watching it. And now Online Kingdom seem to be a little bit frazzled because they're not sure where Zio just came from. Really kind of just looking, trying to see. This execute onto A is going out. Falls just rushing out. XD Kana is going to start it off, takes down Knob. Rotate coming through. The Molly's just pushing the CTs out of their positions into awkward spray downs there, but takes down. Oh, Falls takes down Zio. Finally found him. And now Elec and Custom left in a 2v4. Ooh. And just unfortunately, every single player from Online Kingdom is completely off of the site, holding as passively as they could. Just with one player towards that vents. Custom coming from the outside position. A lot of players to find. Falls with the flick onto Elec, takes him down. Custom left in a 1v3. I don't see that this round is going to be going in his favor, but he is getting a lot of kills there. 3 to his name, sorry. And now Falls trying to go for the save, might get caught out, but Custom instead catches him out, takes him down. 12th round now for Online Kingdom, and I mean this first map is already just getting so close.
No, this is definitely a lot closer than at least what I thought it was going to happen. WRG sort of losing a couple of rounds on the CT side that should not have been lost by them, if I can say it like that. But yeah, now Online Kingdom looking hot and ready to go. WRG, this is going to be the round that they need to take, and or this is going to go very swiftly to a 14-14 scoreboard, and I don't think that would be on WRG's checklist to things to be done. Losing 2 more rounds at Online Kingdom doesn't sound like a good idea.
Certainly not going to be a fun one, especially going into this BO3 series. Zio really coming out of the smoke, actually manages to take down Falls with this 8 HP. Custom also chiming in, taking down Ruben now, and Custom still continuing, eventually getting traded after he takes 2 down. Spaz, just one by one, these players are dropping like flies. Right now, Kana in left in a 1v2. Unfortunately, at the moment, oh my goodness, as I say that, North just barely misses the spray down onto Kana, puts him down to 6 HP. Elec should know exactly where he is. It's going to depend on who's going to see who first right now. Oh, just towards the smoke. Elec is going to finish it off there, getting match point for White Rabbit now. And like I said, this is not where Online Kingdom want to be. As much as it is just the first map in this BO3 series, you want to start off strong, especially with White Rabbit choosing that bold player starting off on T side. So momentum, the mentality right now needs to be strong going into what could be the last round of this map if they're not careful.
Yeah, I mean, Online Kingdom are looking hot. They take, if they do end up losing this round, they still take the scoreboard 16 or 16 to 12 on WRG's map, and I think that's going to put them in a very confident position. Confident position if they do end up losing for round 2, for map 2, for which is going to be their map pick. So I don't think that this loss, if they win, then that's just a bonus, right? But if they lose this, I don't think it's going to be too much to their detriment.
Just continuing now, I mean, we've got one player down on the side of White Rabbits, and okay, just sort of trying to find a bit more map control, trying to see where they could go. They don't have a lot of information right now as most of the angles are smoked off. Spaz actually going to manage to get into heaven position just to hold this a little bit more defensively, as they are looking to do a bit of an A split with 3 players going towards this under heaven position right now. That Molly just slowing them down a little bit. Spaz take down 3 with him, takes the first, gets the second, almost gets the third. Narf there to take down Falls, and now Rigro and a very low Kana left in a 2v3. Ooh, if there's a nade on the side of White Rabbit, it could do a lot of work there. Ooh, the FAMAS taking down Narf to 24 HP. 2v3 for the first map point. Rigroad starting it off, takes down Narf. Doesn't spot Elec as he gets taken down, as Elec converts it into the second and wins it for his team. So that's going to be the 16-12 scoreline in favor of White Rabbit for the first map, for their map pick, which I'm happy to see a team who picks a map actually wins their map pick. So really good start there for White Rabbit. Unfortunate there for Online Kingdom with the technical difficulties, but nonetheless, that should be... It was a really well-fought battle there from Online Kingdom for that map. I mean, it was getting so close.
Yeah, and I mean, well done to WRG for winning their map pick, but compounding on that, I really think that Online Kingdom really have a good shot to take this and then take this to a map 3. But until then,
Absolutely.
I think we're going to take a little bit of a break, and we'll be right back for map 2. So until then, be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We have spectated some amazing Counter-Strike today. We are busy looking at the Inkosi Super Cup. These are the last chance qualifiers for the UMZANSI League, and we've already seen Online Kingdom and WRG take off those last 2 spots out of the 8 teams that are competing at the moment that have been invited for that. This obviously brought to you by Nodwin Gaming. They're doing some crazy things for the South African scene in multiple games. We're talking about PUBG Mobile, Tekken, FIFA, and obviously Counter-Strike. That's what we're busy observing. They're doing this for the entirety of the African scene. So this is absolutely amazing what Nodwin Gaming are doing. But less about that and more about the game that we about to get into. We saw WRG take on the Online Kingdom in the first map. It went 16-12 to WRG. Obviously, WRG picking up Nuke on map 1, and now they're going to be going into Inferno. This will be Online Kingdom's pick. What have you got in store for us there, S-Proxy?
Sure. Okay. So what we saw in that first map was honestly very unexpected to what we were expecting. We were expecting White Rabbit to just run away with it, and they were looking pretty good to do that. Unfortunately, with the technical difficulties of Online Kingdom, that second half didn't really go the way they needed it to go. But nonetheless, every single round was coming down to those 1v3s, those the 3v2s that just seem to get getting converted into a 1v1 or 4v1s that getting converted into a 1v1. So the firepower from each side right now is really potent, I would say. So to see Online Kingdom now on their map pick, this is what they should be this is what they should be comfortable with. This is where they would have prepped. This is where they would have worked their hardest on really getting those sites on lockdown. So I'm really hoping that regardless of all the things that have happened, Online Kingdom are ready to take this map. They are ready to take this win. What we have been seeing is Custom absolutely just popping off. I mean, I think he finished with like 33 frags. I mean, at one stage he was already at 33, so definitely could have finished well over 35, somewhere around there. Really doing a lot of work for White Rabbits, and if he's going to continue that sort of playstyle on Inferno, which we know him to be really powerful on that B-side anchor, wherever he really is anchoring, then I think it's going to be really difficult for Online Kingdom to convert this into a win. And if that is the case, then that's going to be the 2-0 win for White Rabbit, which as we've mentioned, they're playing for these final spots, but they already have these spots. They're regardless, at the end of this round, whoever wins, both these teams will be going through to the final competition, the final league that you want to be in. 1 million across 4 titles. That's exactly where you want to be. And with the knife round actually going in favor of, I believe,
WRG. Yep.
Yeah, and again,
they did it again.
Choosing to start on the T side. I think their confidence right now is really just reaming. It's overflowing. They are ready for it. So I'm excited to see the plays of White Rabbit. They have been a lot more aggressive on the CT side than what Online Kingdom have. Online Kingdom tending to, take these gambles with 4 people stacked towards one side, just one player as a defensive position. And White Rabbit have been really just reading that quite easily. So we'll have to wait and see what we're gonna expect from White Rabbit this time around with Online Kingdom now. It's possible that they would have seen the stream, so they should know how White Rabbit have been playing on Inferno when they did against Conspire. But I'm keen to see what they've prepared, what they have in store. How do you feel these rounds are going to be going?
So, we're talking about being prepared. I don't think WRG would have seen too much of the game that we saw in the semifinals, as they were playing in the semifinals themselves. But I think they're going to be prepared. I mean, this is Inferno, right? This is one of the 3 most common maps in, I would say, within South Africa and CS. You got Dust 2, which is by far the most popular, and then you got followed by Mirage and Inferno, right? This is a map that everybody plays, everybody knows that executes. If you touch down on Counter-Strike for the first time ever, this is one of the first maps, right? But so I think in terms of preparedness, both teams will be pretty much on par. In terms of aim, again, I think both of them will be on par. I mean, we saw Custom just be so far ahead of everybody else.
Oh,
that was a dink onto Titan.
Down to 29 HP, literally in the first 10 seconds of the round. I mean, White Rabbits are feeling confident with these Glocks. A Glock rush, a confident Glock rush is not where the CTs want to be, and it looks like they're going to be edging towards B side as that flash goes through, just barely misses, falls. Fortunately, gets taken down there by Naf. It wasn't quite ready for such a fast rush there from White Rabbit. Smoke's already down, so they should be having an easy B take. Rigoro in this smoke is actually going to get flashed through. Somehow does get traded there by Elec. Had a perfect shot there onto Zio, fully blinded. And right now the retake is on with literally every single player from White Rabbit still alive. It has been a beautiful take so far. And we'll see if they can convert this into their first round.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard retake for Online Kingdom. They have no banana control, and WRG stacking 2 players towards that banana. They're going to be entering onto side. Ruben tries to find something, but WRG is just not allowing anything. There's 2 frags to WRG. They're going to be looking for the last one. Kana's going to be here. He needs to do something now, and he doesn't. Turts, the sub that's subbing in as well. We got another sub, and he finishes off the round for WRG.
I mean, right now, it's just so much work is being done on both sides. And I feel like what we've just seen, at least, you know, so much work was being done on both sides. And now White Rabbit are just, they're taking it. I mean, that was a flawless entry onto B side. It literally did not drop a single player towards, you know, that side take. And the money right now is looking good. They've got the SMGs going up against pistols. These Deagles can do a bit of work there for Online Kingdom, though, as we do see just a bit more aggressive. This 1-2 splits with only one player, you know, acting as sort of the initial alarm when White Rabbit might take it, sitting by this wall position right now is Falls. But I mean, if he's getting instantly traded, you know, I feel like that's just sort of a loss for a player right now, and one is gonna just miss him just barely, so he should be okay, but he has no extra strategy right now. Flash goes through, still again does a lot of damage, but can't convert it into a kill right now. The White Rabbit terrorists are just ready and too quick to take it. So now the rotate is coming through to the B sides. White Rabbit setting up for this B execute. Actually, one player very aggressive down to second mid. So the flank could be on. Azio leads the charge. A little bit of an awkward smoke there, just a little bit of a gap. Rigoro back up side, takes the deep shot onto Zio, takes his head clean off. Does get eventually traded there by Narf, but these Deagles are doing a lot of work. Turt swings and takes down Kana, and now Ruben actually on the flank here might get caught up. Unfortunately, doesn't look at the right place at the right time. Custom takes him down. Nice reactions there. And now Titan with 9 HP and a Deagle in a bit of a poor order right now is going to get taken out, and that's going to be a pretty clean round there for White Rabbit. Well, pretty clean when we're not considering the HP that they finished off.
Yeah, they definitely managed to, like, yeah, around that half HP mark, which means when we eventually get into the rifle round, on a WRG actually have something to be afraid of, I think, and it's going to come down. They're going to be saving it up. They did force up somewhat last round, so they're just going to be chilling now.
Ooh,
Kana's
3 nades though.
Yeah.
Might actually catch a few of the players off guard. Oh, does a lot of damage there to Zio, taken down to 27 HP, but nothing really converting into an early frag.
Yeah, I mean, Zio's down to 27. They have about 100 HP between the two of them. I mean, if Rigwa wants to get a little bit aggressive here, feeling a little bit spicy, he could take out Zio just with one shot. The flash is going to come through now. That's going to work perfectly. Did Rigwa spot the Deagle? I don't know if he did. Oh, beautiful flash from Fours there. Rigwa now has an AK in hand. Narf, not deterred by that, quickly takes out Rig.
Ooh, that initial dink there by Ruben nearly took out Elec. Custom does get traded there by Titan. So now 3v3, Elec not looking to help in terms of his HP, but is going to be entering onto this A side for this team. Oh, spots at the player there. Kana actually boosted up on the side, takes his time. Beautiful trigger discipline, is going to end up winning Online Kingdom the round, which they had no business winning that round. The USPs, a couple of Deagles, maybe 1 or 2 flashbangs, really perfectly placed in every single corner. Well played there by Online Kingdom. So again, the money looking for White Rabbit right now isn't too great. It's great. You've got 4 AKs, but Zio is still just stuck on a Deagle with not even full head armor when you're going against, I guess it doesn't really matter, 2 AWPs and a couple of AKs and M4s. So maybe head armor is not going to do much for you right now. But Online Kingdom being a little bit more sort of vibrant than what we saw. Ooh, Rigro with the initial peak there takes down Zio. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Oh, Ruben takes down Custom as well. Just unfortunately a weird peeking there. Had 2 players to deal with and chose the the wrong player to focus on.
Yeah, the double AWP
3v5.
setup really working out for them. Each of the AWPs getting a kill for themselves, and that kill onto Banana allows Rigwa to just sit on B site alone and anchor 4 players pretty much on A, or 3 players on A, and then you'll just have 4 sort of rotating around that CT spot. It's so powerful and it's so hard to play against. I'd like to see them possibly fake like a next round or next buy round. Knopf gets a beautiful kill there. In the next couple of rounds, the next buy round, sort of fake that A execute, then catch the player that's sitting there alone off guard, catching Rigwell off guard there, and then quickly storming towards the B site. I don't see a lot of teams abusing that, but you see a lot of teams doing what Online Kingdom have done towards Banana, where they get control, and then they'll rotate their one player out completely, only sitting one on B, sort of around that Banana, just keeping control.
And yeah, no, control right now is very much in the hands of Online Kingdom as the 10 seconds are chiming down. Totes and Knopf don't really have the equipment to take this. I mean, in a 2v4 against this double AWP setup that's been doing really big work for Online Kingdom, they will be saving. Just listening to the radio and T-Spawn right now. Taking it easy as we go into the next round. But Online Kingdom seem to be pretty much unfazed from what happened on Nuke. And again, they were doing such good work on Nuke, and I'm glad to see that that's continuing. These individual plays in these rounds that they honestly have no business of winning, they are doing so well of making it, work in their favor. And we're still continuing to see this double AWP setup, which I'm confused to see, but I'm also happy to see it at the same time. It's working out so well for them. Ooh, a little bit of a aggressive play there, takes down the molly there to ramp, just sort of slows down the push. Rigro takes down Turts there onto that bridge position there, so already early numbers advantage here for Online Kingdom with these AWPs. Oh, Ruben just gets absolutely flashed out of his mind. Is going to get taken down there by Knopf. And awkwardly gets caught trying to swap out for the AWP. Is going to get taken down, and that's going to be the B side completely open. No smoke really necessary right here. A player very late is going to get taken out by Zio immediately, having his teammates back there. And I mean, it's like it's a complete 180 from what we just saw in the last round. Literally deja vu, but completely swapped around. 2v4, but this time in favor of White Rabbit, and leaving Rigro and Kana to save now.
Yeah, I don't think that a double AWP setup is it's a bad thing right now. I mean, you set up one on B site, you just you get Banana control, but he was completely flashed out there. I would have liked to see him hold the tighter angle so that he could get away instead of just getting sprayed completely through box like he did. And then the AWP on, what was it, Ruben? I think it was on Ruben that round. He got a beautiful pick. He spotted out that play in second mid on the balcony there, and
it was actually Rigro, but
was it Rig?
Yeah, it was Rig. Other AWPer.
Yes.
See, this double AWP setup catching you off guard as well as it is catching White Rabbit off guard right now. They haven't seemed to be able to really find a sort of crack in the system until they just absolutely beautiful shots there from the White Rabbit team in the last round to just take down B completely. So really reading Online Kingdom's movements pretty decently. I mean, it's one round either side, it just keeps swinging. And it's hopefully if this continues, we might see a third map. But White Rabbit seem to be doing very well in actually reading their movements. Rigro just barely missing a shot there onto White Rabbit at the bottom of Banana. Oh, getting flashed again. Is alone as well as his teammate is just sitting on site, so he's gonna fall back there, just deter the White Rabbit terrorists by throwing a smoke there. But this control in apps now is gonna open up a few doors for White Rabbit. They have some A control. They can do an A split, as all of the players are ready, and they are setting up for these smokes. Zio just holding this boiler position right now. So the flashes come through. Is actually going to be entering with this AWP right now. Ooh, gets completely blinded. Ruben takes down Elec from this ducky position. Custom eventually getting the trade. And unfortunately for Connor, he was completely smoked off or couldn't really help his teammate whatsoever. But White Rabbit actually going to just put a pause on this round and rotate slowly back towards B site, again doing this push and pull movement that we saw in the last time we actually saw them play Inferno, which they seem to favor, and it really seems to be not doing a lot for Online Kingdom, as literally no player from either side has rotated around regardless of the utility that they're using. So Online Kingdom really sticking to the guns here, just holding these sites.
Yeah, they're not letting any time to spare. There's 13 seconds on the clock. They're going to be going straight onto site. They were gambling that the site was going to be free. I don't know how Titan didn't manage to get that kill, but that's... Oh, Connor needs to... What? Is Connor lagging? Hello? that was a bit of a weird decision there. But again, Turts managed to get the frag, and now exactly these two players, Rigwell and Fours, will be sitting together on B site. They're just going to be sitting it out.
Yeah, they're just going to be sitting out. I mean, this is pretty much an easy round there for White Rabbit now, just finishing it off. There's no real aggression from the side of Online Kingdom. They're not really hunting for these kills because they need to be able to save these guns into the next round. Economy is not looking too good for the side of Online Kingdom, but with the lost bonus, they should be able to possibly... They could force up around this open M4, but I feel like it's really a gamble, because if you lose that round, you know, you're going to be forced onto a double save against a White Rabbit economy that is looking not the best, but decent enough to at least survive a couple of guns lost.
Yeah, WRG picking up the last 2 rounds. They're going to be quite happy. They also picked up map 1, 16 to 12. WRG did pick up map 1 as their pick. So Online Kingdom, I feel like they need to pull it together a little bit better. Or to pretty much in every aspect, if they're gonna take this map away from WRG. I mean, now we see the Rigwell and Fours. They managed to save up those guns, but the rest of their team kind of managed to pick themselves up a deagle and some armor. But they're just going to be lurking it out, just sort of baiting, sort of waiting for their opportunity to get some sort of flag.
So much damage! Oh my goodness, Tyson eventually does convert it into 2 kills. I mean, really good job there. I was gonna say I'm enjoying this little app stack that we're seeing. Ooh, Falls just nearly gets caught out of guard, but is able to actually now do the flank towards Banana as one of the teams just went down. So that's gonna be the bomb side completely open. Bomb eventually going to get planted, and a full 3 retake from the Banana position right now. So a bit of a chokehold here, especially with Zio holding this position. Should be well aware with the sound cues that Nav should be able to hear, and that Molly, they know exactly where they're coming through. Actually, Paul's gonna go down to the Molly. Nav just barely misses the spray down there. Antakana is gonna get traded. Oh my word, the collat was so close. Tyson doesn't take any damage there, but Zio just dancing around this pole with the orb, trying to win out this round, just playing with his food right now, takes down Titan. Really, really well played there to Zio. 4 kills to his name for that round. Absolutely just doing so much work for White Rabbit. I mean, we saw Custom in the first map, and now Zio is just coming alive with these orb shots. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I heard you shouldn't play around with your food, hey, Rick? I mean, Zio there almost died at the end there. That was a pretty close round, considering they only put 2 rifles into that, and a couple of deagles. So I think Online Kingdom won't be too upset with that. Obviously, they want to be picking up these rounds from now on. They want to get to at least the 9-6 mark. I think that will probably be their goal, somewhere around there. Rigwell's in a great position. He gets flashed out. That flash has done a lot of detriment towards that banana control there.
Absolutely. I mean, I would love to see the effect of flashes on both sides right now, because I feel like most of these teams are just going completely blinded for about 70% of this entire matchup. The pop flashes are really putting in a lot of work now. We do see White Rabbit etching towards his A side. The flashes are getting ready. These executes are about to go through. The smoke's getting set up. Players getting ready to entry onto the side. Can't actually boost it up on side. He's going to volley down Boiler, so that takes 1 spot down. Yo, but these flashes are just making absolute easy peasy work out of their visibility right now. Smoke is going to go down just to deter Elec there. But so far, White Rabbit not really getting traction onto this A side. The hold is still strong, and XD Kana takes down Zeo. Flashes through. No real advantage here for White Rabbit. They've lost a player now. Haven't managed to trade it, as they honestly just couldn't see the player. I'm not seeing them playing this very slowly, but Turts is going to catch out to... Sorry, Turts and Elec is going to catch out to... Not sure why they were actually taking that aggressive there. Nonetheless, Titan left now. Beautiful
Titan.
flash. Takes down almost 2. Couldn't convert it just quite yet.
Elec is in such a powerful position here. Once that they know that there's somebody on short, he's just going to get an easy frag. Ooh, almost whiffs it. But also Narf gets himself one, and that will be a round over. WRG picking up another round to their name. 6-2. This is getting dangerous for Online Kingdom, I think, in the first half. I mean, WRG did win knife round, and then they picked T-side. And they're just showing us exactly why they did that.
I really just feel like White Rabbit have been so explosive. I mean, it was literally just looking like they stalled for a second there. They didn't know where they were. It just looked like they had no direction as to where they were going. And then suddenly, out of the blue, 2 kills down, all the advantage in their hands, and they're just taking it. Titan going straight down Banana, takes down North. I feel like the utility there was an advantage. I don't know if he was flashed. Nonetheless, he definitely wasn't ready for that one. So that's going to be a gun now recovered for the side of Online Kingdom. Still in the pistols, though. Only 1 AK to their name, as White Rabbit do edge towards this ace site.
Turts is just looking for that play. Did he actually I think he spotted out the toe of the player. Oh, that's good. That feels bad. Turts gets a nice burn onto Ruben. His feet got a little too hot. Oh, that was actually... I thought that was custom that took that out. Oh, and there we go. Another one for him, and that will be side control. Online Kingdom are really suffering altogether. They're just not able to hold down a site.
No, just absolutely, like I said, this explosiveness from White Rabbit is really making it difficult for Online Kingdom. They are so unable to just deal with the sheer pressure that White Rabbit is giving them right now. I mean, you blink and there's 4 terrorists in your face trying to shoot you. It's not much that Online Kingdom can do at this stage, especially considering that this was a save round. They are going to be able to recover that AK and actually... Hopefully, by the looks of it, they should be able to take this into the next round, which their economy desperately needs. They should be able to buy this round, especially with that AK, just saving at least one gun buy, sorry. Which really, as a CT side, you want your economy to be solid.
100% agree with that. Online Kingdom are going to be pulling out the double AWP setup. We saw it work once for them, and I think they're going to be gambling it out again. Obviously, one of those heading towards B site, and the other probably heading towards middle. I wonder if they're going to peek it out. I mean, kind of didn't have the best spawn. I mean, well, Kanna's not even the one with the AWP, so it doesn't matter. The AWP is, yeah, that's a pretty decent hold there towards apps. Just going to be looking it out. I don't think they've gone apps too many times. I mean, they did last round.
No.
But besides from that, it may have been 1 or 2 other rounds.
I think it was the one round where they had the stack in apps, and I think that was the first one I actually saw. Other than that, it might have been one player that threw a smoke there, but they tend to just favor this mid-tech. It's not really a waterfall sort of team, which is understandable because that brings a lot of risks in. I'm liking this boost here from Online Kingdom in the boiler position. Could actually, we were talking about them taking apps control, and here is Elec and I believe Custom actually taking this apps control. So if they're not careful, that boost actually could have caught them at guard. Cardinal now just sitting on the stairs. The timing might not be in their favor, as we do just see these players just getting set up for what should be this A-take. Falls actually taking down Zeo, and that's the bomb dropped at the bottom of Banana. Falls should have been able to see that. So we see a bit of movement from the teams. Elec actually peeking out, takes down Kana, and on the other side of the map, White Rabbit have been able to recover the bomb, so now they can take this A site if they wish. But on the other side, Narf is actually flanked all the way around into CT, and it looks like CT will be following shortly. Falls isn't going to be ready for this. Narf takes him down, and now Rigro all the way in banana, has to fall back to try and save it. Naf is holding and posting this angle with the AWP, keeping whatever defense there could have been from the online kingdom side away from this bomb side. Takes the shot, takes him down. Only 2 players left. Ruben with 11 HP. This is not looking too good for online kingdom right now, as both of them will have to retake from the same angle. So it doesn't allow a lot of leeway, especially considering that Ruben has so low HP. Flash goes through, just a couple of peeks through. Alec takes him down, and now Ruben left with the AWP is going to have to consider saving. Just walk slowly back and hope that the White Rabbits don't come and hunt you down.
Yeah, I mean, I think Online Kingdom felt pressured to take that round. I mean, they are down by 6, make that 7. I mean, yeah, make that 6 now. And I feel like they almost felt pressured to take that round because of how the scoreboard is looking at the moment. And on the other note, it's looking phenomenally for WRG. They're looking to take this series 2-0. A quick 2-0.
It's really a fun dynamic to see because both of these teams have had to swap out for a sub pretty much midway. So the dynamic change and just the sort of, I guess, the refreshed energy that brings to the table, I think is really making a difference, because we do see quite the pep in the White Rabbit steps as they do edge towards this bomb site. So many mollies, just pushing Falls out of his position, unable to really take that aggressive peek there. So no control really for Online Kingdom, as White Rabbit are fully set up in banana right now. They could do this be execute if they wish. Only 2 players still. No one has rotated off around. Still a 2v3 split. Utility going out. Smokes, ooh, just spots. Should have an inclination that there's an AWP, so we do see White Rabbit just falling back a little bit. Just trying to try and push and pull the Online Kingdom defenses here. Custom and Trust, Turts, sorry, have full apps control right now.
Yeah,
So,
Turts being the sub for Spaz.
Yeah. So the Flash, Smoke should be getting set up. Yeah, you say?
It's, yeah, like you're saying, it's quite interesting to see how these teams are going to perform with a sub each. As we get into load shedding in South Africa, it's back, so you're probably going to be seeing a lot more subs in the matches. Oh, if Ruben just gets out of there in time. It's going to be 2 players holding towards A site. Kanna's there lurking. He's going to be the player probably to rotate quickly over to B side as soon as they get this corporate. Rig is so powerful. Oh, they get shoulder peeked. Rig gets forced out of position, and now it's all up to Falls.
Oh,
he's got a famished.
Ow!
Hello? Is Rigwell timing out? Surely.
I think he was just blind. I'm not sure if he's timing out or if he was just completely blind. Yeah, I was going to say a misstep from White Rabbit though, as they leave bomb at the bottom of banana. Turts also shot there onto Titan. So this quickly turns into a 2v2. Alec is just doing so much work down, takes down 2 by himself. But that's going to be the win for Online Kingdom. Unfortunately, just such a mistake there. Did just leave the bomb at the bottom of B. And that's just going to be a conversion there for Online Kingdom. We do see the pause coming in, so it could be that Rigro was just timing out there.
Yeah. So it seems like Rigwell was timing out. A little bit of a power issue. I was just talking about Escom, and we're going to see a lot more subs. So we're going to see Shadow being pulled into the mix. That's going to be nice to see. The last time we saw him play sub in this league, he performed phenomenally. So yeah, he's going to be a good addition to the team of Online Kingdom. So it's going to be nice to see him come in and play. But again, now it's sort of, that Rigwell's such an important player. I mean, he does so much work. I mean, he has a 40% KD ratio at the in the series so far. So he's definitely going to be missed. And then we're getting Shadow in to join us. Online Kingdom managed to take a round, even though Rigwell was AFK. Obviously, power issues there.
Yeah, it's just such an unfortunate situation. And again, Online Kingdom winning a round they have no business winning, but they managed to do it in any case. So it's unfortunate now because Shadow is going to be going into this round literally with just 800 to his name. So he'll be able to get, some some body armor there, but and a gun drop from his teammate, but no utility, no head armor, that's for sure. I guess doesn't make sense when you're playing against these orbs and AKs from White Rabbit. But it is just such a bit of a stutter against your mental fortitude there that this is what you're going to have to deal with. But Online Kingdom doing really well, doesn't seem to be shaken too much. Some really aggressive plays here by Ruben and Abs. Might actually be Port of God by custom, as he does see the peak, the jiggle peak there. So does catch Ruben off guard, and that's going to be one less player there towards that ace side. Oh, Kana just spots up the leg there of Narf. So numbers advantage now evenly set. And they're just going to fall back and hold this as passively as possible, trying not to make as many mistakes as that they can. Falls sitting on the max 7, which I'm happy to see. Titan also with a scout there, so a bit of a weird buy here from Online Kingdom, but it's all that they really can afford. And we do see White Rabbit edging towards A side again, just trying to take as much control as possible to set up for whether this is an execute or a fake. We will have to wait and see.
I think we actually might see an execute come out here as they're going to be bursting straight out of Boiler. Titan spots out one, doesn't manage to connect with the shot though. They're going to be rushing up short. They're going to be going against that Swag 7. Do they manage to find the kill? Fours is lurking it out. He gets the first one. Molly goes down. That's going to stop Bomb for a little while. And it gets planted onto side. Fours, almost gets the dink off onto Custom. Custom down to 45 HP. Zio also manages to get himself one with an AWP. So Titan's got to do some work. He does get the frag. Ooh, this is a one shot for either of them, and he picks up the AWP, not knowing that. Oof.
I mean, both players are looking really low right now. Titan is full HP, not any utility though, but Zio's holding that angle, posting it perfectly, is going to finish it off. White Rabbit are looking so strong right now.
No, they definitely are, and like again, I was saying, Online Kingdom just not able to just play against WRG in the most simple like manner. They just can't out aim WRG, and that's going to be to their detriment, you know.
It's going to make it really hard. And I think going into a round now with the Eagles up against this full stack of AKs and AWPs and SGs from White Rabbit makes it really difficult. We don't see any of that that interesting mid-take that we were seeing a lot of the last time we saw Inferno. But nonetheless, still just kind of playing it the same way that they do when they have guns. Winning pretty much a 3-2 split. Nothing really any different. I would have liked to see a little bit more aggression from Online Kingdom. I feel like they're giving White Rabbit way too much control, way too much map control right now, that they can just dance around them and go where they want to. And it's really becoming difficult for Online Kingdom to kind of predict that. But we do see a couple of the smokes and flashes coming through, that pop flash and boiler. Molly's all around. Beautiful execute here, all the flashes that they could possibly need. Absolutely a full execute here, taking a bit more control there of mid. Still no player from Online Kingdom has rotated off, which I believe is what White Rabbit wanted, as they have to go back to recover the bomb. So now a B take is looking a lot more palatable, as Kana is the only one left close up and personal with the Deagle, waiting to get a couple of headshots. Is going to fall back. Might have heard a footstep there, I think. Nonetheless, holding a bit of a passive side here as White Rabbit was just etching forward bit by bit. I feel like if they could see through the walls like we could, they would be a little bit nervous right now. Every single... Oh my goodness gracious, as I say that, Titan catches Narf off guard. Kana also chiming in, taking down Alec. Is going to spot out turrets there, so that's going to be the communication there. Titan continuing, taking down the bomb as well, getting rushed with these orbs. Zio, no scope there. 2v3, bomb's going to try go down. Shadow just... Oh, Balls is going to take them both down, and that's going to be the round for Online Kingdom. Again, they have no business winning these rounds with these pistols, but they seem to do it round and round again.
Yeah, that is unfortunate there for Narf. He just got taken down while he was trying to put a smoke up. A kind of a weird decision to try and smoke up CT once you've already peaked sight. So I don't know what he was trying to do there, but he got punished for it very quickly. And then there was just a downhill fall for WRG for the rest of that round. They're definitely going to want to try and take up these next two for themselves, bringing it up to an 11-4 scoreboard at the half. Online Kingdom, again, for themselves, they're going to want to take the last two. This is their map pick.
Yeah, I'm just really starting to see some deja vu here. This is pretty much what happened last time. Falls with the initial peak there, gets traded immediately though. Nice little aggressive peak there. Unfortunately, couldn't do much more because the mollies and the flashes just were too strong. And now we're looking at a bit of a slower pace here. I think White Rabbit want to try and just edge towards either side. It's a 2v2 hold regardless of where they're going. So we just see a couple of fake flashes there onto the B side to just keep those two CTs there as the actual execute is getting set up. Ruben not shooting just yet, does eventually though take down Custom. That's one player less. That Molly is going to put a bit of a pep in the step of White Rabbit. Zio takes him down. Bomb is going to be going down, and somehow we get converted into a 3v2 in favor of White Rabbit now. Online Kingdom for the retake, like we said, they really want to try and get these last 2 rounds. So this second last retake is very important. If they can convert this, that's just going to be another round, a bit of a breather for this next half.
Yeah, they're going to be going into the last round of the half next round. Zio is going to find some headshots, I assume. Nope. Kind of just runs away. Falls as well, very low. Falls and Titan, very low economy. So they're going to want to save up these two guns.
That's an immediate nope from me.
Yeah, just ran away so quickly. Oh, do they check it? They do turrets!
Oh, but Shadow does get a trade there onto Alex. I mean, I guess pretty much even trades there, but if you're Online Kingdom now, last round of the half, you barely have 3k to your name. It's not looking great for this 11-4 half.
No, and now with that, Kana
double.
actually doesn't find a buy because of that death. So he's just going to be sitting with a deagle. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some sort of special, or at least some sort of aggressiveness from Online Kingdom this round. Ooh, Shadow taking the spot of Rigwell, showing us that he's just as capable as who he replaced. Get a nice warp shot there. Oh, and he gets a Zio as well. That's now 2 kills for his name. He'll be happy with his performance in the few rounds that he's had. It seems like they're still committing towards B though. Custom has made some sort of his presence known.
Custom.
Yeah, kinda straight behind, just the aggressiveness not expected. And now that these 2 players are left alone, Falls takes off the head of Elec, and then now all of a sudden North with the AWP is on his own. I don't think too much is going to get done here as Kana takes him out. 5-10.
I mean, leave it to Shadow to just absolutely prove me wrong there. I was saying that I wasn't looking forward to this this halftime because it wasn't looking too great for for OK, but they really managed to turn it around. I mean, beautiful shots there from Shadow, really holding up the sights, and just absolutely great teamwork there from Online Kingdom as a whole. So now going into the second half, 10-5, it's not too bad, I'd say, on an Inferno. It's not the best, but it's definitely still doable. So looking a little bit better than I'd say in terms of just overall energy from Online Kingdom. The rounds aren't reflecting that necessarily from what we saw on the first map. White Rabbit are definitely looking a lot stronger. They seem to have already sorted out whatever little bit of clumsiness we saw in that first map with them. So taking this through now, we do see that every single Online Kingdom player is edging towards B side, is going to catch Custom off guard there as he tries to be a little bit more aggressive. And that's actually the only player on the side of White Rabbit that was holding that B defense, as we do know him to do. So now, again, another flawless take from the T's onto the B bomb side. So that's going to go down. Ooh, Zio unfortunately having to deal with two terrorists there, just holding the angle there. 3v5 retake. Shadow taking down Narf, sorry. And now Elec and Turts left to basically contest it from the same angle. Ooh. Turts is going to get taken down there by a swinging Ruben, and that's going to be 6-10.
Yeah, Shadow's up 3 kills to 4 assists to 1 death. So he's having a good game. I would say that. Shadow, but we've seen him in the series before when he subbed in. Can't remember who he subbed in for, but he did do work, and it was good to see him. I mean, am I correct in saying, yeah, Titan's also a sub? So he also replaced his counterpart. I think that was Sheer that he was replacing. So they say Online Kingdom do have two 2 subs at the moment, which is obviously unfortunate, but it is what it is. We are in South Africa. Zio's in such a nice spot. Doesn't manage to connect the head. Oh, those nades are going to do work. Elec down to 49 HP. Zio down to 70.
Shadow just sneaking in this apps position with the Bison. Titan actually on the other side does get killed through the smoke headshot. A couple of more smokes there. It does look like Online Kingdom want to just kind of deter White Rabbit from thinking it's an ace stack. Shadow now somehow runs through Boiler, converts that into 2 kills to his name. Has another one to find and makes that a 3K.
Okay,
and
Shadow.
Titan just finishing it off. Okay, you know, money in the bank with a Bison. What can we say? I think he's having a great game.
He's having a great game. It may be the starting rounds that are boosting his stats a little bit, but he's still having a pretty great game. But within saying that, there's no ways that he should have gotten that second frag, or even that first one in apps there. That was a bit insane. It was not something that I think WRG gonna let slip again. And now, yeah, WRG are on to the Deagles. They're gonna be looking at taking some heads to their name. Let's see what they can do. Zio is going to be holding pretty aggressively towards... Oh, he sacrifices a little bit of HP for a shot. Doesn't connect. But has gained quite a bit of info. He did spot out a player there, so they'll know that they still have some sort of influence towards Banana. And within saying that, Shadow says cheers with the nade.
I mean, first the Bison, now the nade. This man is making work of whatever he can get his hands on right now.
Yeah. So he's going to be happy with everything that's going on for him. He's but next round I think is going to be the decider round. WRG just sort of they're chilling it out at the moment. They're not really deterred at the moment about what Online Kingdom's doing or where they're going to be going. Oh, Narf.
Ooh.
I thought Turt's got a kill there. Turt's he's got to hit the shot. He can't miss these, and he misses them. And Custom will be the only one alive left. He's got himself a deagle. Does he go for it? Does he try and find exits? What do you think he should be doing at this moment?
I mean, we had a player die towards second middle here, but I think all that he'll be able to recover now, thanks to Shadow, would be a Bison. So for him right now, I'd maybe get some exits, get some extra money. That would be the best situation right now. But 100% you don't go for this. And Titan's actually really quickly rushing down onto his position right now, just clearing every single angle. So it might be a bit of an awkward interaction here if Custom isn't ready. He does seem to have a bit of a sound cue there as he is just looking towards the back there. Titan just clearing everything.
Yeah. He takes him!
Just at the last possible second of the round, manages to take down Custom. So literally not even a single deagle was recovered from that round for White Rabbit now. They have the money to buy up. The rounds are starting to edge closer and closer as to what we were seeing on Nuke, but I feel like it's still anyone's game right now. I feel like both White Rabbits and Online Kingdom are having these little bursts of momentum that the other side just can't keep up with.
Yeah, Online Kingdom just sort of like steamrolling at this point. I think this is definitely the round for WRG to take though. Oh, Zio getting aggressive, quickly traded out by Ruben though. Custom's still going to be sitting here. He's going to be sitting down on B side. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Turt there rotating towards that A side. Ooh, there's 2 players in apps. They're going to be looking to get some sort of control. This is heard now. Narf quickly rotates it back, and they'll be taking possession of on short, as well as Archers, just making sure that nothing gets the Online Kingdom don't get too much information.
Oh, just so much utility right now that White Rabbit have actually used. Only 3 flashes to their name. And on the other side of Online Kingdom, they still have an entire bank full of utility that they can use for this B execute, which does seem like they're edging towards all 3 players here getting ready and set up right now. White Rabbit have made the right choice and they're falling back on site to try and defend against this execute. Only 1 player towards from Online Kingdom towards A side, just kind of keeping these last 2 remaining CTs. Execute going out. Connor actually managing getting all the way through to Briar right now. Checking the corner. Might be caught out by Custom. Does indeed. Falls there to trade it out. Bomb is going to go down now. Turt's there ready for the retake. Just waiting for his teammates to actually catch up with him. Just being a little bit more aggressive, trying to get some information. Not sure if he spotted out the player going into dark there. Alec right behind the wall here with the AWP. Is going to flash it out, but isn't quick enough. Titan taking him down. Turt's also just getting tagged there by Titan. Ruben chiming in, taking down North. Now Turt's left in a 1v3, is not looking at the right place at the wrong time, and Falls gets taken down.
Yeah, Online Kingdom really showing some confidence back into their game. I mean, this is their map pick, so they're gonna be feeling good with taking the first. Well, no, that was the second buy round, if I'm correct.
Second buy round.
Yeah, so they're gonna feel pretty confident about it. WRG just sort of not really getting into the stride of what's happening in the game at the moment.
And I think that's in big part to Shadow right now. I mean, he's sitting easily on 3k, but decides to go with a Bison, really just catching White Rabbit off guard and continuing that sentence. Titan catching Zeo off guard, takes his head down. That's going to be one player less. Shadow already all the way through middle. It's going to get caught out with the two CTs holding there. Alec taking the shot down. So one player less, and now Online Kingdom kind of getting forced into a corner here. Looks like they want to rather take this opportunity to take the B side. Smoke's going through. Just Custom left on the site to defend it. If you can play this right. Oh, unfortunately gets caught out there by Kana. Really explosive player here from Online Kingdom, just immediately reacting to what has happened on the other side of the bomb site. Retake happening as we speak, but still so much time wasted with the rotates.
It seems like they're going to commit to the retake, or at least just look for exits. They are just on Eagles and armor for themselves. Ooh, Titan doesn't manage to actually find anything from that spray through the smoke. I mean, Alec like just getting to
yeah, sorry. I feel like these Eagles are just not connecting right now from White Rabbit. It's so many opportunities getting wasted right now. White Rabbit are just struggling to hit the shots, really. And I mean, that's going to be a save. I don't even think they'll be able to recover any sort of guns, as they're all going to be blown off whatever gun was there, which I think is just Bison, and one gun less thanks to Ruben. Really making it difficult for White Rabbit. Going into this third buy round now, I'm hoping to see a little bit of a refreshed White Rabbit. They need to kind of just wake up a little bit, hit the shots that they need to hit, and then also just play a bit more with confidence, I guess. I feel like they're just getting cornered constantly.
Yeah, Online Kingdom actually bringing the scoreboard to a tie now. They are 10-10, both of them making double digits. So it's a good round. Alec, that's a nice... Oh, I think he actually missed his molly there.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I think that flash just kind of made it a little difficult for him.
And Online Kingdom really getting their presence known. They've done a good job to crawl their way back up the scoreboard. Like I said, bringing it to a tie. Oof, this could be dangerous for Online Kingdom if they do decide to go towards A.
Oh, falls. Just another molly at your feet.
Yeah, I even took 14 damage from that. I'm surprised.
Not sure how that's the case. Maybe he just has some thicker boots than what White Rabbit has. Nonetheless, it's still not even a single peak right now from either side. So still looking at a 3-2 split. Oh, lots of utility down on the A side. Just trying to hold these three players here as Falls is just trying to edge towards B, trying to find an opening. But right now, Online Kingdom seem to be a little bit disparted. Looks like they're going to be going towards this B bomb side. Flash is going through, so nothing really happening on either side. I think they're still looking for the peak, and Alec might actually catch Titan off guard as he pushes down middle. So now the rotate is going to be through. White Rabbit actually have the information that they should be going through. There's no other site. Custom takes down Ruben. Zeo's going to get traded. Custom still continuing to do work. Eventually will be traded by Shadow there. The pistol through the smoke somehow doesn't convert it into a kill. Turt's taking down Falls. Alec down to 4 HP on the other hand, so Shadow might have a chance here. There's one 1v2, not looking too healthy himself. The pre-fire doesn't land it, and that's going to be the 11th round now for White Rabbit. It's starting to look a little bit better, but it's such close rounds. I mean, Elec and Turt literally finishing off with, between the two of them, basically just 27 HP.
Shadow was actually en route for an ace there, within saying that he's 11 for 4 at the moment. He is playing out of his mind. He's what he's done in was it about seven rounds or so. He's the rest of his team. I mean, we see 11 kills across the board, except for Titan a little ahead with 18. But Shadow is playing out of his mind at the moment, and that's definitely going to be a sub that they're welcoming at the moment.
100%. I mean, he's doing exactly the work that Online Kingdom need right now. Honestly, I think White Rabbit are just struggling because of this dynamic now that Shadow has brought to the table. He's really sort of just pepped up Online Kingdom. You know, they're looking a lot more energized, and especially with an entry and a lurker like Shadow, he's making it very difficult for White Rabbit now. Just a bit of utility there. I think there was a bit of a sound cue, so just holding it passively is White Rabbit right now. Waiting to find a peak again, similar to what we saw last round. No initial kills just yet, early round kills. Taking this slowly, just a default coming out from both teams.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see WRG change pace next round.
I think that's what you would need to see for them to actually just run away with this again. They really need to get onto that, you know, that momentum train where it makes it very difficult for Online Kingdom to catch up. Execute's going to go through, not completely blinded, somehow still takes down Kana after Kana has gotten that entry onto Elec there though. So even trades right now, fallen back to site. Bomb is still at the bottom of middle with 30 seconds left on the clock. Online Kingdom kind of need to make a decision about where they want to go, and we do see that Shadow's falling back to recover the bomb and take it towards the B site, with actually the last two terrorists on the A site flanking towards B, and White Rabbit have no idea. So now Custom and Zio are going to have a bit of a tough time having to hold this. Zio starts it off, takes down the bomb, tapping away, manages to take down Titan, falls chiming in, eventually getting the trade. Custom still on site, so sneaky.
No time.
Takes him down. Did exactly what they needed to do there to win the round. I mean, Zio just... I'm not sure if Custom actually peeked out there with him, but regardless of whether it was just full trust in his teammate, Zio doing so much work and Custom just continuing on to just take down that clock. I mean, it was a great idea from Online Kingdom to actually convert that into a split, but the timing and the fights just weren't... The trades just weren't there.
They, yeah, in that circumstance, they could not go for the split. Like you said, there's 30 seconds on the clock, and Bomb was still down second middle. They needed those two players to entry onto B site, and then have at least one player come from mid, down banana, and then get the plant. Because they, with 30 seconds left, they needed to firstly take site, then plant the bomb. And that was just, it was just too much work. It was just too much work for them. I mean, they were still trying to get the last fragger on D, because there was 4 seconds left on the bomb, you know?
Oh my goodness. Turns through the smoke basically most of the time, takes down 3, converts it into a 4th, on the way for his ace, might not know that Shadow's literally just behind the smoke. If he sprayed right now, it would have been the ace. Takes down the smoke, it's going to be an awkward situation in terms of timing. Zio is there to cover his back. That was such a weird round there. Just everyone rushing through the smoke, crowd speaking, what have you. Bit of a weird altercation. Nonetheless, White Rabbit come out on top. Really good work there from Turts. And yeah, it's just timing, unfortunately, again.
Yeah, I think Ted's going to be a bit angry that he missed his ace, but you know what? Nonetheless, they win the round. WRG now sort of getting into a stride. 13-10, WRG picking up the last 3 rounds, denying Online Kingdom that sort of momentum that they had beforehand. I mean, it'll be a full buyout from both teams. They're going to be running so quickly. Look, I like the change of pace. They're not able to take down Zio. Zio's still alive. Custom sitting on site. He's being a complete itch. Look at the amount of util. Ruben actually mollied out. But who did they kill? They killed one of their own teammates.
Yeah, that was a bit of a chaotic sight. Unfortunately, just not getting the CTs down. Now bomb is down. I mean, literally within the first 20 seconds of the round, we're into a 3v2 in favor of White Rabbit now. Smokes are going to go out right now. Online Kingdom just waiting for just some sort of entries. They know that White Rabbit have to be here for the retake. They know they are very close to enemy territory right now. So trying to actually rotate around this, and Kana gets caught up with the bomb. His teammate not there to trade it out. Now Titan left in a 1v3. Bomb dropped actually firmly within White Rabbit's grasp here. So they're just going to be falling back to CT holding this bomb down. Has to try and make something work. I mean, with 40 seconds left on the clock. Ooh, actually puts Turds down to 20 HP. Well, 18 HP. But still, so much work that needs to be done. 30 seconds again. That Molly just wasting time, ticking by. Really difficult situation here for Titan. Oh, takes him down. Is looking for the second, just edges towards it. Has managed to recover the bomb. Is still fighting this aggressively. 10 seconds on the clock. Has to get the bomb down. Does have a molly though. Picks up another gun. So that utility there. Narf actually there to continue distracting him. And Titan just running from corner to corner. Has no choice. And is going to be the 14th round for White Rabbit. They just played that out so perfectly. I mean, again, extremely close. Nonetheless, regardless of all the work that Zio and Custom did there, coming down to basically a 2v1, almost a 1v1.
Yeah, that peak actually from the WRG player there with the AWP, that was so critical. I mean, he did get burned down, but that doesn't matter. He stopped the bomb planter, and that essentially was a round-winning move.
Just very well played there from White Rabbit. And now we do see a little bit more aggressive towards lead from White Rabbit. Just 3 players stacked to the other side. Might actually be able to take some amount of control here, which I like to see. Oh, so much damage through the smoke. Falls down to 33 HP, 0 on 70. So just saying hi through the smoke. Saying how you do.
Yeah, he's just going to be chilling it out with that Deagle. He's on 33 HP. Online Kingdom forcing it up, really wanting to take this as a win, not to overtime, but they're going to have somewhat of an economy next round. I mean, I think they're on full loss. No, are they? I think they're on full loss bonus. Yeah, they are. So they're going to be alright for money next round, but again, that's going to be like a low at best with full utility. Except for Titan and Shadow, they might be able to buy up.
And what would be a match point situation. So not somewhere you want to be really. A lot of pressure there. Titan gets taken down through the smokes. Turts on the other side of the map, takes down Kana as well. And Alec and Narf just finishing it off. Nice clean kills there from White Rabbit. Not really dropping too much in terms of players and equipment that they have bought up. So now 10-15, like you mentioned, the economy right now looking for Online Kingdom, not too great. You see a couple of Galils, some AKs. Shadow, at least with 4-9, has a bit more room to play with, is going to rather opt out for the AK though. But White Rabbit are looking really strong to take this. They have a bit of a breather. They just need one more round to win this 2-0.
Yeah, and that'll be the series. So yeah, let's see what they can do. Toads gets nailed down. Oh! That's
Titan.
not a good start for them.
That was 2 nades, by the way, and a couple of shots through the smoke. They're just absolutely decimating Titan, taking him off of the round for this, off of the server, sorry, for this round. So now 4v5. 3 players actually in this app's looking like a bit of a waterfall situation. I guess with those Galils, you know, it might be the best option. But the flash is going to come through a little bit different pace. Turt's getting caught out there. Alex still on site. Left.
That's
Ooh, Narf. Actually dropped bomb down. Now, 2 players left for the side of Online Kingdom. Kana does take down Alec, but they still have to recover bomb. Oh, and White Rabbit already here for the retake, already holding these positions and have in their grasp. Zio and Narf finishes it off. That is the series 2-0 to White Rabbit.
Yeah, and they take it 2-0. They're gonna be super happy, super chuffed with their result. I feel like there is still some certain aspects that they can try and improve of. And they'll definitely be working on that throughout the leagues. For everybody that wants to know, the Inkosi Super Cup will continue from season to season. So don't yeah. So at the beginning of August, that will start out. And then we are running into the UMZANSI League, which will be starting at the end of July as well. So when I say that you have all of the gaming action that you need, go check out Nodwin Gaming on their YouTube. I think that. And then tomorrow night we're actually running PUBG as well. So their production behind that is absolutely insane. I mean, that's sort of like, yeah, that's sort of that puts a smile on my face when I see like that sort of work being done into that. And obviously the gameplay is absolutely incredible as well. So go check that out for tomorrow. But getting a little bit sidetracked, today we saw WRG take the last chance qualifiers 2-0 in the grand finals. What a game.
And I mean, they've already secured their spots. Both Online Kingdom and White Rabbits are sitting comfortable. They're ready to take this and continue this, and to play out for that million that's spread across the 4 titles. So they're sitting, regardless of the rounds that they just lost or won. They're happy. Both of these teams can be very proud of the CS that they've just managed to produce. I think we're talking about individuals that were just playing out of their mind, regardless of the situations and the technical difficulties. I think they did a really good job, and it was a feat to see.
Yeah, so that was the Counter-Strike that we witnessed today. I think there was some good plays. I think these teams should go back and watch the VOD or go watch their demos. I think both of the teams need to sit down and then really just look over what they did right, but as well as what they did wrong. Because I feel like if they're going to be competing in the big dogs, in the big league, the UMZANSI League, I think that both of these teams have a lot of work to do to be able to compete against ATK, to compete against Goliath, even Dynamic. They're looking so hot at the moment. So it's I think all of the teams that have gone through to UMZANSI, well done. Best of luck to you guys. And then until I get to see you guys back here, I'm gonna say cheers for now. You wanna sign us off?
Yes, again, thank you to all of those who were watching today. Thank you for sticking with us, regardless of a little bit of the technical difficulties and the pauses. Thank you. You guys are the reason that this things like this can happen. This is the kind of entertainment that needs to be put out there. So thank you for watching, and thank you for being with us. And until next time.
Until next time.